Oh, there you
Outstanding. Perfect.
Missing man formation.
I see.
Never lose sight of your lead. Where's Mover?
Where did Mover go?
Where'd who go?
Oh, jeez.
Well, that'll about cover the flyby.
Technical camera. That's good.
Welcome,
That's
welcome
great.
back, Mover.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Glad we got it working.
Yes. Wombat, you've joined us today, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah, man.
This is going to be a show.
No,
miss.
It's been a boring week, dude.
It's been pretty quiet week, I think, in aviation, I think. So you guys just want to talk about old sea stories and mishaps and things? Nothing really new.
Actually, we've got a whole thing for you to start with, but let's do our pleasantries first.
Stories.
Unless you've already done them while I was gone.
No, we haven't. We were waiting on you.
We weren't gone that long.
I think I'm on the wrong side here. I feel like I'm driving in England. Like my eye. There we go. Wait. There we go.
Everybody who thought they just had a stroke. You did.
Got a backseat driver in the crowd here.
Yeah.
Dude.
Two things at once can be true. So we've got a show. A lot of people want us to talk about very important news that Air Combat Command's taking over training for the Air Force. I know that was probably the number one story that people want to hear about.
Number one.
It's blowing up on Twitter. I'll tell you that. Right. Like, I can't.
And then there was some other stuff about a Growler or something.
Right.
But then really important that ACC's taken over. Yeah. I was doing a Growler style rejoin. A little catastrophic.
Oh gosh, the jokes are going to be awesome.
Something missed rejoin.
Like you're not helping yourselves.
It wasn't a rejoin. We'll get to that in a minute. But first,
how have you been?
What do you want?
How have you been, sir?
Look, I'm recovering from some illnesses.
Some trauma today too.
Yeah, well, we're not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
It was a rough weekend.
It's a rough week.
Mover had some kind of cold virus sinus thing.
Yeah.
48 hours. And then that's back now. I'm better.
Good.
I think.
Yeah, you sound normal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Doug, how are you?
Sir, I'm excellent.
Great. Oh, saw Project Hail Mary. Great movie.
Good?
Wonderful movie.
You're one up on me through odd patterns.
Yeah, well, Doug was like, "What are we gonna do?" I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna buy it," and then he didn't watch it. Not that we were going to watch together or anything like that. We were going to watch it separately at different times, but
might still happen.
It's fine. Nobody's going to judge you here. It's fine.
I did read the book, and you know what? The book is not my favorite. It's a good book, but I don't like the whole present tense first person. I think that's horrible writing, and that's a hill I'm going to die on.
How did I write mine?
Third person.
Okay. It's been a minute. I forgot. Okay.
Let me find it.
It's been
dude.
right behind Gonky. He blocks both my books with his broad shoulder.
There's somewhere. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, Gonky, go get it and see if you can read it to us.
I'm not wearing any pants.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's okay. Doug's not wearing a shirt, so we're fine.
It's a flesh-colored shirt.
You know, on
Doug shaved his chest.
People are going to be like, "Why is there a shirtless man on your stream?"
Oh, dude,
that's the old undershirt for the Air Force.
Yeah,
they
if I ever went outside, this show would be obviously a different color than my skin, but that doesn't.
Are you doing a racism?
I don't think so.
Okay.
YouTube will let you know. Don't worry.
No, don't worry. Gonky, how are you? Big plans this week?
Yeah, no, it was a good week, dude. I never got to see Top Gun in the theaters, and
you went.
Oh, dude, yeah, the wife and I made it a whole date afternoon. And it was
really trying to one up when you used to show your old HUD video to
yeah, babe, this part's just like what I used to do right here.
Yeah, check out my video of the centrifuge. You'll love me. I'm a fighter pilot.
No, but dude, it was Mover and I were talking about it. It's shocking to me. It's 40 years 40 years old, but you know, when I remember watching it 1,000 times when I was a kid, and I was always of the mindset like, man, when I grow up, like these people on the screen. But when I watched it this time, I'm like, these are kids, like these are children up here. What is going on? So
also, they don't actually portray the real. Like that's what you want your career to be like.
Yeah.
They don't speak about the ground jobs, the skiff, the studying,
But did they study back then?
I don't know. I was a child. So.
Not if you go to.
Do they study today? Some would
Maybe
argue no, based on current events.
Tell me about it showing up. Anyways, no, and then then actually, I'm heading to the Wombat compound tomorrow. So we're going headed up to. So next week I will be in the restaurant accommodations, most likely, as Mover likes to call it. So we're gonna swing by and visit Wombat, and then I'm gonna see that Ark. Yeah, we're gonna go see Noah's Ark. I guess they built a life-size Ark somewhere in Kentucky, and then
oh, nice.
It's gonna be a busy week, man. A lot of traveling, and it's good.
We're looking forward to it, man. We can't wait to see you guys. Kids are stoked. So.
Yeah, same.
So it'll be fun.
That's it, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, catching up now. I feel rejoined. Wombat.
Yes, sir.
We have you on the show. Usually we would save this for later, but I need your expert opinion now.
You're going to go right off the top rope this early? That's okay.
We need the deepest intel on what you're.
I did some realistic simulated carrier ops.
Okay.
Doug, remove yourself, please.
There he is.
I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding.
Get out of here.
I was just joking, man.
Hey, punch out too. Punch out, dude. While you're going.
I want you to. All right. So this is Juan Pedro Fizzanati sent me this, and I want your opinion on what we hear here shortly.
On the flight deck, aircrew now manning for launch. All unnecessary personnel must clear the flight deck. Everyone remaining on deck must be in full and complete flight deck uniform. Life vests on and securely fastened. Helmets on and buckled. Goggles down. Sleeves rolled down. Take one last look around the flight deck for loose gear and pods. Stay clear of all prop marks, intakes, and exhausts. Stay clear of upper exhaust, tow bars, and tie-down chains. Let's start to go aircraft. Start them up.
Gosh, I have PTSD.
All right. So I was so inspired by that.
That's awesome.
That I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my nerd machine. Please forgive the blurriness. I've been struggling like I've been struggling today. I do my salute virtually. Little dude does his thing over here. Whatever all that
Nobody knows. Oh, that seems fast.
Yeah.
Where's the gear?
Did your chair go back or did you push it?
Dude, it's full motion.
Shut up. Really?
Look at this. Oh, wow. Look at that.
So all that, I mean, how realistic on a scale of 1 to...
1 that you messed up.
Yeah.
I mean...
Where's the gear? That's pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah, that's
it's pretty...
Flip switches up. Ring the doorbell. That's what growlers do, right? Growlers.
All right. So then I was like,
okay,
let's see how she lands, because I know what I'm doing here based on my excessive experience here. Don't know how to slow it down.
Are you already in the break?
Nope. I'm just trying to. I'm
BRC.
That's
all we're doing right now.
I'm breaking the deck here. I'm the first one out of the stack. Which, all right,
you're just saying words right now, aren't you?
Yeah,
I am. I don't know what any of this stuff means.
No,
just watch.
Break now. Break now. Break now. Hey, that's no man's land. You don't break it now.
Bow breaks. It's in the thing.
Am I wrong, Gonky?
When the bow breaks, the cradle. You're like, I'm just singing songs here.
You never break at the bow. Never. Ever.
You can't spell bow without break.
Do you have the view from the LSO platform?
No. No, but a little meatball will show up, and I'll totally ignore that. So.
Yeah, well, that's pretty typical of Hornet pilots, so that's good.
About standard for me.
turn the volume down so
Look
we
at
can
that.
hear you guys more. There you go.
Oh,
Look at
wow.
that.
It goes up. It's like an old man
Look at
ball.
that,
It puts
dude.
it super close so you can see it.
What do we do right here, Mover? We add a little power.
Really press that ball. Yeah, you are. Where's the boat? Oh, you're lying. No, that's a.
Oh boy, Mover.
Don't give it away. That's a bad LSO call right there.
Oh boy. Look at that, oh, dude. You totally spotted the deck at the end. Ask me how I know.
I spotted the deck the whole time. What are you
The whole
talking
time.
about? I don't know what any of that gibberish means, but I'm
broke the
assuming
landing
the
gear,
light in
I
the
think.
gear handle's bad.
Yeah, you
Planing
probably
link
want that
failure is a
down.
flash. Yes, that's the planing link. You have... Good thing you caught a wire.
The Gonky
Dude, that's
one
a
arrival.
really- so I need to come see your thing and try it. That looks really
Looks
cool. Yeah.
Like the
Oh,
gear's broken.
Dude, that is the one wire, right? If the,
Oh, yeah.
if the little dome
No.
is right here.
No, he didn't catch a one wire on that. He was high.
Was he?
On high. He did the opposite of you. He didn't fly through down. He flew
Us.
through up.
It wasn't high come down at the ramp. I seem
No.
to remember that a lot.
Yours
I
is
think
more
this
of an
one was
ease
the-
guns to land.
Ease guns
I think this was the one wire. This one I tried it again, and I got worse because then the speed brake wouldn't work for some reason.
We're going in fast.
Why were you using the speed brake?
Because I was at 550 knots.
No self-respecting Hornet guy uses the speed brake in the brake. Oh, and dude, the raw gear's on. Good job with the fenced out.
That's actually SOP.
Well,
now.
wait a minute.
Yeah, this is the Gettysburg
This is the
Gettysburg
Gettysburg.
one approach.
It's the
Yeah.
Gettysburg out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, hey, this is not gonna
Why
work.
it's not
What are
slowing
you-
down.
Are you 3 miles out? Where are you?
Yeah, this is
Where's the car? Speed brake.
That
it
is
back
not
in.
a good angle.
it's gonna work out fine. Don't worry about it.
It always does. BFM yourself to a good start.
Dude, as long as you're at
Oh, yeah.
330
Oh, crap.
feet and the wake is going underneath your armpit, you're good. Dude, where is the ship?
It's out there.
Is this a 10 mile
He's
straight
at
in?
the
What is
90.
this?
He's at the 90.
there
It
we
gave
go.
me the LOL.
Wings level 90. I've made that.
Wings level to 90. Yeah.
The dude will start talking eventually.
Mover, if you can hold it 4 balls low, you can hold it in the middle. Come on, dude.
Spoken like a true Hornet power.
You're a lot
That's
low.
Yeah, it's a red ball there, too.
Dude. And yep.
Perfect. Don't worry about
One
that.
wire. Yeah, good thing you're in a
Hey,
legacy
one
jet.
wire.
Good thing you're a legacy jet. You can pick which lane you want to land in.
All right, give me your notes. I'll pretend like I'm paying attention like they do in real life.
Yeah. Hey, paddles. That's funny.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Dude, if
Nothing?
you listen, if you showed up like that behind the ship, they would wave you off
Dude, the air boss would
immediately.
immediately. It
There's
wouldn't
no-
even be an LSO wave off.
There's
You know
no
what
time
we
to
would
fix
hear?
it.
This is what we hear on the platform. No chance, paddles. That's
Right.
what you hear, and he'd be gone. Like, all right.
Yeah. If you don't show up pretty close to on and on, or rapidly correcting to on and on, see you later. Try it again.
You were just distracted by that. Start.
I saw the helicopter. I was looking at
that
it.
was. So, what did you guys think of that? Did I do okay on that?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's like gave me a
I
little
mean,
bit
it
of
inspired
PTSD.
me.
I mean, how crazy is it that I'm pretty sure my mom and dad are watching this show right now? And I put the
You're in a
pinnacle of
video
my
game.
naval aviation career because my voice
It's on,
is on a video game.
Ooh, easy. Them's
Did you
fighting
say any other words besides those, or is that's it?
I thought there was something else I did, but it was a
That's all
while.
that was sent to me. I don't know how to activate you in the game, so someone had to send it to me.
The Navy didn't know how to activate me in real life. So, and never an air boss. But that's pretty cool. Like if I'm ever in your neck of the woods, that would be really interesting to try that setup with the. That's crazy.
It's a DOF Reality H6.
Sounds expensive.
You can get a promo code MOVER.
Plus tax. It almost doesn't cover shipping. No, it's good. The one thing I would say for anybody, if people watching play DCS and actually care to learn, don't break at the bow. It's no man's land. Either break behind the ship or break at a mile. Those are your two options. Because if you break behind the ship, you just do one hard turn all the way around in the Hornet. If you break at a mile, you have enough downwind time to correct your beam at distance. If you break at the bow, you roll out and you got what you got. So there's nothing you can't. Yeah, it's no man's land.
But the problem, Wombat, is DCS is not.
No, it's real life.
I was trying to figure out how to turn on the magic carpet.
Yeah,
for your join up,
for all of it.
Oh, okay.
I think our Growler tried to do that.
Sorry. Yeah, dude, I've tried I tried applying my real Hornet techniques in DCS, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Somebody needs to send me that actual audio and video. My son will lose his mind if he hears that. He'll think that's
it's on. Hold on,
it's on our show.
I'm gonna tell him to put DCS set up like Uncle Movers for Christmas.
Juan Pedro Ficinati.
Super. Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Here, I'll send this. Put this in the chat or whatever. There you go.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna do that.
Well, okay. Anyway, there's more show. Let's get to the super chats. I just thought that'd be fun.
That is cool. That. I forgot all about that, by the way. Even from when we talked about it like a week ago.
Did you do that comma one take? Was that one?
One take. That's how I do it, man. It's the same as how I write my books and do my podcast.
Did you read it or did you memorize it?
He wanted different things than so the real nerds will know that's not actually the comp. It's close, but it's not. If you remember Gonky, there's certain words that were different there, but they couldn't put certain things in DCS. So it is a modified version of the Airbus start 'em up. Yeah. So because it's generic for all starts. So normally it'd be like, this is a case 1 departure, case 1 recovery, blah, 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 whatever the air boss had to tell anybody who was listening. But yeah, so it was, I read over it and then just went for it. Mm-hmm.
You're not the boss of me.
Nope. Not the boss of anybody. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Going backwards in time.
Perfect.
Timmerkins says, did you see JBA Defender's domestic response? I did. It was awful. Angry Cops has a great video about that. Have you seen that video? Security forces responding to what they believe is an armed domestic situation, show up themselves armed to the wrong house and accost a small child.
Oh, jeez.
Who was home alone.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 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 Angry Cops is pretty angry in that one.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Like, he even calls the girl fat.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Which in today's world, not allowed to do.
Apparently.
Spider says, hi, everybody. Remember, stay focused. Where were you?
Yeah.
Pup Guy says, Luna Snacks. Oh, dude, check out that A10.
That's awesome.
Thank you. But check out that A10.
That is awesome.
It's huge.
Joe says, welcome back, Wombat. We're glad to have you. How long has it been?
It's been a minute.
About a month.
Somebody will say. I have no idea.
Our pilot says, Wombat, I figured out the call sign. Cubicle poops.
Swing and a miss again. Sorry.
Yep.
Matt says,
if somebody ever gets it, I'll admit to it, but they won't.
Mover, your comment saying the Wizzo could be a flare has to be the best comment I've ever heard. Could you please explain to all the commenters why the pilot can eject? Only the Wizzo, though. Thanks. That is actually stolen from Gonky. That was.
But go ahead, take credit for it. All the Wizzos, send your hate mail to.
Yeah, I am absolving myself.
Send your hate
At
mail
the time of that video, Gonky did not exist in the Moververse. Now that Gonky exists in the Moververse, he can take credit, and I will step back. So,
Nope.
Gonky, please explain to the crowd what that means and why the pilot can eject only the Wizzo, though. Thanks.
Well, the pilot can't just eject the Wizzo, but the Wizzo can eject himself. And the joke was always, if you're defensive out of flares, got one more because the rocket seat is your last flare. It's like, dude, sacrifice yourself for the greater good. So yeah, and at least in the F-18 flavors, you can go aft self. Punch
I'm
yourself.
sure the Growler's the same way.
Right? Yeah. All the I
don't know of any
I bet
Navy ejections that's not that way.
I bet the Eagle's the same. I bet all the McDonnell Douglas lineage jets are the same. So
Because the Goshawk was that way.
yeah, and it was McDonnell
Was the
Douglas.
T-38 that way?
No, dude. The
Was
T-38
T-38 was it like the T-37?
there's no sequencer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Viper's got a sequencer, but you can't eject just the back seat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of the canopy.
Oh, okay.
You lose the whole thing.
The whole-
As far as I remember, I don't remember there being an option.
That makes sense, man, because
I think it was just both or solo, like front seat.
that makes the incentive rides a little
Yeah.
Both or
Well, it's front seat initiate. So
okay,
it's
okay.
front seat, like
Gotcha.
not
If
only
you
the
have-
front seat go, because it's the same problem either way. Like
Yeah.
both seats are going to go.
That would be the most
See,
sadistic
like us on
spreadsheet.
Facebook. See you later.
Well, they know not to make an ejection seat aircraft that is pilot only. Wizzo can't eject because there'd be a lot of ejecting pilots.
Dude.
So I can't stand that dude anymore. I'm out.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the B1. I'm pretty sure the B1 had some stations that like no eject.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what they used
Well,
to
they
always
had
ask
that.
about the
They got the DFCs that time because the
Yeah.
two of the Wizzos, the seats wouldn't go. So when
I
they were
remember
going through
that.
their sequence, and
Yeah.
so they took the flaming jet to land instead of they were in a clear ejection scenario and landed it because they're like, well, we're not going if these two assholes can't go.
I just guaranteed a phone call from Smash Mouth tomorrow. But I digress. He's our friend who flew B1s. He'll call me and tell me how much of a nerd I am. Anyways, yeah.
Man, good on those pilots because 1,000 hours in the Hawkeye, and I would have traded an NFO for an ejection seat multiple times. Sorry, guys. Have better eyesight next time or something. I don't know what to tell you, but no, I'm just kidding. Sort of.
All right. 3 Green says, all right, here we go. 3G, top of T, no WCs, phone battery good for about an hour. Also in the new Pimax heli mustering and Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, cool.
Nice.
That's awesome. Thank you. T Wolf Jaeger says, by the way, we ask you to turn stuff on and off because Viper guys step to the family model, forget to take command panel, and wonder why nose wheel steering not working. Really? Not saying you've ever done that. No, sir, Juvats. I've done a lot of things. Tic Tac's got my back says, can we get Mover to try a landing in an F-35B? It's closer performance-wise to the stuff he flies now. Hurts me deep. Hurts me right here in the feels.
It's a VTOL joke.
Kind of true.
Peter Ma says, any mental health minute advice on how to survive end of a 12-year marriage? Found out tonight. Jesus Christ. Also, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want to put that at the end, Doug? Maybe we'll.
I mean,
Make
he
that the
got
mental health
some
minute?
pretty solid advice in the chat for what that's worth.
Yeah, do it.
As much
Do
as
it.
that hurts.
Do it.
Okay.
Well, not now. That's the mental health minute.
I'm going to
Save
do
your
it
comments.
now, and we'll use it later.
Okay, well, we'll do it now.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. It's your show. I'm just living in it.
Gonky,
What?
what do you want to do?
I say we make it the mental health minute. Yeah.
We're sorry.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man. That's
Yeah, that's a bummer.
wow.
Doug, do your thing with that one. C5 flight engineer, Boeing received LRIP approval for the T7 Gazoo. Let the game. Is it called the Gazoo?
Oh, dude. Let's hope not. No.
No, it's like a hawk or something.
No, it's the red fin or the
Red hawk.
It's the red snapper. Oh yeah,
Red
it's the
tail.
red hawk. You're right.
Samsonite.
Red
What-
snapper.
It's the red.
Wow.
It's a-
I don't know what it was called, but now it's called the Red Snapper.
red
You're
snapper.
welcome, Boeing. All the UPT kids that watch this show, it has now become the Red Snapper.
You know what? It's only one of my favorite fish that you can catch offshore here. They're delicious.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what you're talking
The
about.
T7 red snapper, dude.
Aaron says the Gettysburg 3 arrival, the FAA should rename and approach that somewhere. Yeah.
No
You have
wonder
to
when
come
it
in
flies.
high
Too
and
dangerous.
fast with your RWR gear still on. Oh, no. Maybe. Okay. Well, if you know it, keep it to yourself, please.
We all like our jobs here.
Yeah. Joe says, yeah, but if you eject the flare, who takes the Polaroid? GoPros. 360 cameras. You can put it at any angle. They'll look anywhere. You can.
I
manipulate
carry a selfie stick. I mean, who doesn't? Right?
How you do your walkarounds now, right?
Right, dude. It's like, here I am checking the tires.
Follow
Corvette-
me through a day and putting on my watch.
Here's
going to
me
work.
getting my clearance. That actually is legit at Gonky's airline because they don't have the fancy tech where
CPDLC.
CPDLC works. Yeah. You don't even
Gonky
know what
be out
it
there
is. Can't even
spinning.
spell CPDLC.
Hello, hey, clearance. You there, guys?
Looking to go home.
Belated Armed Forces Day to you guys, says Corvette World Rob. Thank you. And heat-seeking missile. Hey, Wombat, thanks for Never Down, Never Out. It's easy to understand as an English as a second language speaker. P.S. Mover called me mean general to names because I thought you were 20 years younger.
It's, Mover, it's just the language thing.
That's fine.
I gotta say, for an ESL speaker, that that person's jokes are really on point.
I mean,
It's pretty good. Mover doesn't think they're funny, Doug, but I mean,
Whatever.
they're written by AI. I mean, whatever. Chat GPT insulting me. That's fine. The clankers.
It's fine.
I don't think you can say clanker anymore, can you?
It's
We'll
only a
find
matter
out.
of time.
dude.
All right. Listen, things have happened this weekend, and we need to talk about them. The Growler demo survived one event this year.
One show, one and done,
the
baby.
first and last show of the Growler demo occurred
Not
on
officially,
this
but likely.
weekend. Officially, unofficially. Thankfully, we will preface this. Thankfully, if you don't know, we'll watch the video, but two EA-18 Golf Growler passenger jets ran into each other and resulting in 4 ejections. And everybody's okay as far as I know.
Yeah.
Minus some pride and egos and
Two
all
jets.
that. Hopefully. I'm hoping.
2 really expensive jets.
We really hope that some egos were bruised because
should.
yeah, like oof. But we're gonna watch it. We'll give the expert analysis from our panel of Navy people, the deepest of intels, the
From
fact-based
From pilots.
of our reactions.
pilots.
So anyway, Joseph with 73 subscribers, which he's about to have a lot more, has this awesome video, and we're going to show it now. So you can check this out. We'll have the link in the description when we clip this. I love this comment. Handy that they all landed together to exchange insurance detail. Here's the video.
Gotta get your story straight sometime.
As you can see, they're already together.
Yeah.
I know there were some, hey, they were on a rejoin, but throughout this whole iteration, they're together. So let us watch from what I think is the best angle of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Fingertip-ish, cruise-ish, root-ish formation. In a turn, 2 gets inside and high, lead rolls out, 2 says, where'd who go?
Right there.
And then they get this nice fancy dance of
Bingo.
sorts. 4 shoots,
Okay, we got 4 parachutes.
and there you go. And it looks like they missed the fireball.
Okay. They all ejected. They all ejected.
Okay, first of all, I appreciate his recording by saying they're all okay, they all ejected. This is where a guy like me is concerned because I'm like, both my knees are about to get blown out when I hit the ground because of my parachute landing fall. So, but yeah, I'm glad that.
Anyway, you want to watch that? Is there anything you want to look
I
at?
actually think I have a new theory by why I've never seen the long like that.
So they're in a turn.
He's on the inside.
He or she.
He or she
Okay.
on the inside.
-2.
And then
-2's on the inside.
then moves over to the outside, right?
Nope, never makes it off the inside. Tries to, but ends up on top.
Shit.
Because if you look at, that's the inside still.
Are you sure?
Yeah, now you're on
Yeah.
top.
Now you're on top.
Gonky, glasses are really gonna need to
Oh, shit.
work on. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You want to see it
Okay,
again,
we got
Gonky? Here we go. One more time. That's the inside.
Yeah, it's inside. You would not have passed your ASVAB if you couldn't tell the aspect of the. So, okay, I'll keep my. I have a theory though by watching the long.
Oh, here,
Well,
I'll
hold
show you
on.
the slow motion of the
Yeah.
other one.
We've got more. We've got more evidence on that.
Is it this one? The
Yeah,
brick?
I
Is it
think-
this one you wanted to see?
Dude, they are so lucky they got out.
I mean, that it
They're
gets stabbed by the
so-
tail.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like the
hooked him
tail
up.
went through the
Yeah.
like split the engines of -2. I don't know if that's possible, but that's what it looks like. But look how close those canopies are. Like, dude, the fact that Lee didn't eject into the bottom of -2 is a miracle.
Yeah. Do we
I
have
You want the original?
yeah, put the original. We might as well see all angles, man.
Okay. Stand by for remediation.
Because I just like man, this one has me really scratching my head.
I have a theory now.
Well, I have a lot of theories.
All right, here we go. This is the original one that looked like AI when I first saw it. I was like, this
Yeah.
may not be real.
Those planes just stopped midair. I mean, just
Dude.
hit a wall.
I mean, that was still a Hayaka. I mean, it's probably a good 6-7 Gs.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I don't, depending on how fast they were going. Anyway, 4 good shoots.
Man.
Yeah, and I think they're plenty clear of the fireball. I think it's just perspective.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Well, do you want to start this, Gonky? With your thoughts?
Yeah. So man, I have a lot of questions. First, like I was active duty. I was ending my active duty time just as the Growler was coming online. So I flew a lot with Prowlers, which is what the Growler replaced. And so what I know of the community is really the old Prowler community. And since the Prowler didn't have as much capability as the EA-18 does, I think the culture in the Growler community has probably shifted a little bit. And I saw a little bit of that. So that's a question in my mind too, with regards to why is there a Growler demo? Okay. And then my second question to that is, why does the Growler have a 2-plane demo?
Question.
And I only ask that because we have the Super Hornet, which is
The real demo.
which is the
running
fighter,
demo.
which is the
East
fighter.
and West Coast. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
East and West Coast. That's right.
And they've been around a while, right?
They have
I mean,
been
you
around
did.
a while.
You're
Yeah.
old.
And then as far, but those, when those airplanes go, when the fighters go, the F-18 goes and does a demo, they take 2 jets usually. One is a spare, one's the showbird. The actual show is 1 airplane. Okay, it's just 1 airplane. If you want the multi-Hornet show, well, you have the Blue Angels, right? And they do their thing.
Yeah, but they don't fly Growlers, Gonky.
Right.
Well,
so
hold on. Let me clarify a couple things, because the 2026 Growler Air Show team pilots, team captain, Lieutenant Kevin Little Sebastian Lynch, Lieutenant Abigail Wrecking Ball White, Lieutenant Hardy Midall Davis, Lieutenant Nick Alf Eckhart. These are the Navyist call signs, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
The
Good for
EWOs
us.
are
Makes me
Lieutenant
happy.
Alyssa La Nina Olson, Lieutenant Tim Floater McAloon, Lieutenant Samir Stuka Patel, and Lieutenant Keith Yertle the Salty Sea Turtle Hinzer.
God bless the name.
But they're only around for 4 shows. Mountain Home, May 15th through 17th. Abbotsford, British Columbia, August 7th through 8th.
Probably going to pass on that one.
Oregon, August 28th through 29th, and Pacific Air Show, California, October 3rd through 5th. So they're not, this isn't the North America World Tour.
Yeah.
They're kind of just staying over on the West Coast. So
Sure.
continue going. I just wanted to add context and
Well-
also say these call signs because they're awesome.
They are.
So the Growler community definitely gets a thumbs up for call sign.
Yeah, it doesn't pass
Call
the Air
signs.
Force rule, but that's a different video.
Um,
Nor,
So-
I really hope Wrecking Ball was not involved in this, just
I hope so too.
for the
For
call.
everything.
Yeah.
oh man.
I
Yeah.
came
So,
in
anyways,
like
back to the why is the EA18 doing air shows? Well, and then I got a hold of basically the instruction for their demo team. Kind of lays out what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do. It's 35-ish pages. I read through it. I have a hard time reading, but I was able to do it, and it's actually a very benign routine. So it's basically a series of flybys. The most crazy thing they do is a 270-degree roll, and most of the time these are like away, from each other. So it's not really a demo per se. It's more of it's almost like a legacy flight. Like when I was on the demo team, there's the A team and the B team. I was on the B team, and it reminds me of the,
Tell us. It's obvious.
but it reminds me of the B team. So on the B team, what we did is we did a lot of stuff with World War II warbirds, and then we did aerobatics, but it was limited. The A team guys, the main show guys, did all the crazy stuff. So when I looked at their actual program, I thought, well, they're not doing anything crazy. They're doing basically it's a couple flybys, it's a touch and go. There's like a rejoin. There's a little bit of an alpha pull thing, but it's very, very easy. And I think it's like 9 maneuvers or so. It's not much. So then I was like, well, okay. Cause I'm pretty sure the Prowler back in the Prowler days, they took that thing around to air shows and they probably did a bunch of flybys. So to me, that seems very similar. So within the scope of skill, because where I was going with that is like, well, if they're doing all kinds of crazy dynamic maneuvering, that's really not what the Growler does. So the fact that their routine is pretty vanilla, I think that probably the air crew should have the experience to do this. So I was talking with one of my old IP buddies, and he's still in the game, and he brought up a good point. And I think, Mover, we saw this a lot too as Red Air. So back when, because I look at this midair and I think, how in the hell did this happen? Because to me, it looks like they're already joined up. It looks like they're coming into the initial for a break. And it looks like that literally -2, who has one job, don't hit lead, allowed 1 to disappear underneath him and then did the exact opposite of what he or she should have done and crashed into your lead. We're all trained for this. It's like you do breakaway maneuver, lower level idle boards. There's basically you do a lag maneuver, and since there's only 2, like the sky's the limit on how crazy you want to get with your deconfliction maneuver, but none of that happened. And then there's like Mover says, there's passengers on these planes, right? So why isn't anybody talking, right?
Up to 6 eyeballs per jet.
Correct. Right. So So we were talking back and forth, and when I was a new Hornet guy, even the fighter tactics we did, which were probably the more dynamic stuff, it was always maintain mutual support. We were always the saying was you got to get to the merge and clean up the merge. So you get the merge, you do this dynamic. So we were always keep sight. I remember going through the rag, going through the fighter stuff. Like, dude, I don't care if you shoot anybody. I don't care if you lock anybody. Don't hit me. Keep sight. Be in the right position. And I remember being a rag IP as the tactics developed and as technology came on the airplanes, right? Data link and stuff. We started operating more independent. And then Mover and I's Red Air with the Air Force, we even saw that, right? With 5th gen, right? So the tactics have shifted the skill set required by tactical pilots. Which lends me to think that maybe, and you combine that with, we talked about the Growler mishap a couple weeks ago, Mover, and the fact that, there's just not a lot of flight time going around. So you take tactical aviation, and in the Growler in general, that thing just drones around by itself out there as a harm shooter, right? I mean, it's pre-planned or whatever it's doing, the nerd stuff, but they don't really operate tactically like we used to. So maybe the skill set really isn't there, which to me is shocking. But maybe that's a contributing factor. I'm trying to, we always say on the show, like, I'm perfectly capable of making a lot of mistakes. Like, I've almost had mid-airs, but like never, like, I just can't, it's really hard for me with a straight face to say, oh, I could have made this mistake, because dude, when I was getting ready for the air show stuff, we had a week of training, and I was telling Mover this we were talking offline, but it is all about show center and timing. And you're ripping around at low altitude when we were doing the training, it was over NAS Lemoore, and we're doing like crazy join ups right over the base, couple hundred feet, 400 knots, like things that even like, I was maxed out, like, but I'm trying to make a join up happen. My buddy, he's trying to make the timing work on this flyby we're supposed to do at show center with the Warbird. So he's, I just got to make it happen. And I never hit anybody, right? Thank God. Because I had just basic formation flying skills that are tried and true, and that I stuck with, through my whole career. Now, as you get more experience, you can push it a little bit, but I just don't understand. I just don't even understand how they could put themselves in this scenario. And I put myself in the lead jet, he's, he or she, hey, we're coming in. I'm going to line us up real nice here. Then all of a sudden, dude, there's a 6G pull. He's staring at the sun. He looks to his right, and like
canopy to canopy.
Literally, homeboy is like, you are canopy to canopy.
That's for you.
Well,
that's this. You give them.
But last week we talked about it, Mover, the startle factor. I cannot imagine.
Oh, dude.
I could
dude.
I'm not sure I'd pull the hand. I'd be like, I've stroked out.
Yeah.
I'm this
God?
is not, this is not actually. And then, dude, to hear, I'm sure they heard the canopies pop in and like,
I'm sure, dude.
And I wonder what the fist fight was like when they got on the ground.
This is what happens when you cut money out of the military and put it into healthcare.
It's a good program. Just give it a chance. That's all I ask.
That was not rehearsed, but I love it. But
I like that you make it sound like anything's rehearsed.
You're valid, 100%. So I just and so why is the Growler even doing any kind of
great question
show, number one? And then number two, like, are Growler pilots, like, are they not, like, do they just not do a lot of well, it's not that I think, like, I'm sure there's plenty of like really good Growler pilots, but I mean, how much like section stuff do they actually do? I don't know. It'd be a question that I'd like to ask. And if I had a third thing, man, but I'm getting old. I forgot what else.
Wombat, what do you have?
So again, I will, because I'm going to get a lot of hate. And I thought about this. I talked to my wife this morning when it was like, are you going to do the show? And it's like, yeah, I think so. And then I showed her the video and she's like, what are your thoughts? And I gave it to her and she's like, why don't you think all day on that before you say that live? And I was like, okay. And I didn't. So I'll just give you what I told her. And I will get hate, but I will preface all of it with, thank God, to my knowledge, everybody's alive in one piece. And they gave the jets back to the taxpayers, which as a taxpayer is a bummer, but they're alive. Okay. I do agree. Question number one, why the hell is there a Growler demo? We have a Rhino demo team that has been around longer, that has a much deeper training program to my knowledge. Gonky can speak to the maneuvers, but a much more dynamic, from what I've seen it do, maneuver skill set. There's not enough different about a Growler to impress. Okay. And I'll even go as a former fat kid, which is what we were called in the E2. And shocker, the Prowler kids were also former fat kids. So the culture is the same. There is actually an E2 demo. And people could make the same argument. Why is there an E2 demo? Well, here's why. It gives an opportunity to see the aircraft. But all the E2 demo is doing flybys, the brake, simulated landings. It shows the aircraft, and it's a min crew. They don't load that thing up for it, to the best of my knowledge. They just have a fire spotter in the back, and that's it. And it's not, from the E2 demo pilots I know, they're not trying to make the E2 something it's not. It is just like, hey, we're part of the Air Wing too. Let's do this safely. And it actually shows a lot of the dynamic maneuvering that something as big and dumb as the E2 is can do. And it's cool. So number one, why is there a Growler demo? Agreed. Number two, why is there a 2-ship demo? Like leave that crap to the Blue Angels, right? Like, because the Rhino team never did a 2-ship other than legacy flybys and stuff. And those don't, I'm talking any type of maneuver, right? Like anything. And let's talk about the maneuvering, right? So if you read the article or the instruction, I forget what that one maneuver is, but it's a 60 or so pitch up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in civilian aviation, right, which these demos fall under because they're around the public and all that, that nose up is an aerobatic maneuver. So now you have a demo team that's doing an aerobatic maneuver. Now, the three of us know it's a very benign, especially when you have the thrust that you should have in a Growler, but it's still technically an aerobatic maneuver. And with it, you have issues that come with that. Like, there's a reason why the FAA says this is the parameters for an aerodynamic, because there's more threat. So there is some threat there. So why are we doing 2-ship? That makes no sense to me. I fully approve the, send 2 to make 1. Absolutely, because that's just the Navy way, or more. And I'll even go one step further, which is where the real hate comes. Why do we have 2-seat demos? I don't see the need, and I know this is near and dear to your heart, Gonky, because of what you had to go through in Lemoore. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not going to buy that the risk is worth it. Trust me, I wanted to do cool things when I was in the Navy, right? I switched to Hornets for it. But like, you're putting a person in undue risk that I'm wondering how much they're actually contributing. I would argue in this case, one of the backseaters' jobs should have been to help keep sight, and that didn't happen, right? So those are my initial, like, I'm angry because we lost jets, and thank God we didn't lose life. And I think the chances that this ever happens again and 4 people get out is about 0, because you're talking feet or less than feet. If that plane hits it differently, lead's done. Like they're done. So, and they never knew what hit. The thing I was going to say when you played the long video mover, and if you go back, I still think they're joining. It's slow, and I think they've done the initial join, but then there's a distraction factor, and that's what causes -2 to go high. But I believe there's still a slow, and I could be wrong. It could be the turn that makes it way. But just play it. They're still getting closer, and then you see the wing wag. The wing wag there where it's like I kind of overdid it, and then it's an overcorrection, spit out a little bit further, and then comes back in right there. Like, to me, that looks like a join up that's 90% under control, but then there was something that happened in that moment. Now, what I hope for the sake of the careers of the pilots is, that's what I said before the show, is at that moment, was there a deedle of some sort? Was there a malfunction in the jet that took the eyes from out in? Because you guys both know, I mean, at that close in those speeds, and especially that close to the ground, it doesn't take much like to distract you, and you lose sight. Now, once they lose sight, I think we can all agree, especially in a two ship, the answer is brake high and away and get out of there. Don't, that's not even a lower level idle board scenario because of where you are. That's because the ground's right there too. It's a max afterburner pull to get the lift factor going away from where you think lead is to the best of your ability. So I don't, clearly they lost sight. There was definitely a mistake there. I'm not saying that I haven't lost sight. I'm not saying I haven't almost had mid-airs. I'm not saying that this couldn't be me in this situation, although I'm with Gonky on that. It's tough that one's tough. But my questions still stand as to, why do we even have a Growler demo? Why do we have a two-ship Growler demo? And then as a Navy as whole, why do we even have a two-seat demo? Like, it doesn't, I don't know.
Yeah. I remember what I was going to say now. And it was, Wombat kind of touched on it a little bit. So when they were first bringing the Growler online, talking about the community, this is like 2010, maybe 09 time frame. Gosh, almost 20 years ago. They were taking Hornet guys to, because of obviously the airplanes are kind of kissing cousins. And, I talked to some of the guys who went and did that. And they said, well, and like you said, Wombat, Prowler guys were big wing,
Fat kids.
Fat kids. They were the big wing fat kids on the boat. But they were really good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At their job.
Not an easy plane to land, not an easy plane to fly.
Tactically, they were really good at the electronic game, harm shooter and whatnot. And the feedback that this is very early, so I don't know if it transpired, but and you touched on it as far as them trying to be something they're not. I remember the guys saying they've got a new toy, they got a new airplane with more capabilities, but they need to just focus on being Prowler guys.
Correct.
Because they're enamored by we can do high alpha and we got and they were at the time, this is a long time ago, they were starting to lose sight of, no, you're still a fat kid. You're just in a plane the Growler's not super fast either, but you're just in a plane that's a little bit better. So I don't know if that culture manifested itselit. And I'm not bagging on the Growler community. Awesome
super
jet.
Important community.
Yeah.
But I agree. And, it was something I even saw in T-45s as an instructor from all communities. I can't tell you how many times teaching a new instructor in the orange and white Goshawk, and you'd land and you turn around and be like, hey, bro, what color is that jet? It's painted up like a clown. Stop treating it like a gray jet. It's not. Like, it's 90% of the fun with 10% of the work, but don't fly the thing like a Hornet or a Super Hornet or a Growler, because you're going to get yourself killed. And it's just, so it's that culture. If that culture doesn't stay in check, it becomes very cancerous in the fact that now everybody's like, well, I could do this. And I'm not saying that's the case, but I saw a lot of that with the Growler early on. I heard those same stories early on where they're like, yeah, they want a BFM syllabus. And I'm like, what?
Right. Dude.
Like, can't they pull like 4Gs with the pods or whatever? It's like, what are we like? So how you actually fly it? That would be like the Rhino community coming up with a 5 wet BFM syllabus. Like, well, if you're in a 5 wet, which maybe they actually should have with the Gettysburg, but the point being is like, it doesn't make sense. And like kind of stay in your lane a little bit, you know, and that's harder to do in a Navy where we have aircraft that are the, you know, the jack of all trades, master of none variant. You know, I think it was a different animal. I suspect back in the A6, F-14, F-4 days where like the dudes knew their lane and they stayed in it. And the fighter guys were fighter guys and the attack guys were attack guys. And that's why there was that animosity between them. But
well, the Prowler
cross-pollinate.
The Prowler had a BFM syllabus. It was all defensive, right?
Defense. Well, the E2, a def tac syllabus, basically.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
But that's not BFM. That's
right.
That's get out of there and get away. That's what.
Which is like, really, I mean,
what a great idea.
Yeah,
but.
I mean, I don't. You know, I say all this. There have been collisions between F-18s because they're trying to join via the data link.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the airplane. Like there's been guys killed because of that.
I was almost one of them.
Yeah, so. And it wouldn't surprise me a bit if maybe they were, you know, looking at the nerd stuff in the cockpit, Vice looking outside. I mean, there's always, you know, even when I was, you know, an IP, and there were some guys that did not like to fly without the data link, and I'm like, come on, just put your eyeballs out there and go. But I mean, and then there's one other thing. Mover, do you know? I mean, we're assuming that they were coming in to the break, but at what point of the demonstration? Yeah. Have you heard anything?
Were they hooked down? Because there was only one maneuver they did with the hook down, so that would tell us that.
It looked like it's hooked up. The only reason why I ask is this was also beat into my head when I was a student, and then when I became an instructor, because I saw it with my own eyes. You have a tendency, we call them hats. And we always used to say, listen,
the hook's down.
We always used to say, when you're done fighting, take off your tactical hat, put on your formation hat.
Yeah.
Because the last fatality we had in VFA 125, which was the legacy F-18 rag, it's now the F-35 rag on the West Coast, was a student instructor went out, they're doing BFM. They were done fighting. IP's like, hey, join up on me. And it's very common because, in dynamic maneuvering, it's a bit of an athletic thing. Your heart rate gets up, your adrenaline's pumping, you're amped up. And it's very easy if you're not experienced to let those feelings kind of get a hold of you. And basically the student still, what we called it fangs out, was still fangs out, super aggressive join up, didn't control the closure, crashed into his lead. It killed him. The lead was able to eject and survive, thankfully. But yeah, we lost the student. But that was something I always briefed was, hey, listen, when we're done doing tactical stuff, take that hat off, put the admin hat on, and let's calm it down. Eyeballs out, go back to flying the clown jet. And just do that. So, but other than that, dude, I'm really struggling to find an excuse for these cats other than holy smokes, man, like 2 just flew into 1. I don't know how to, like, you just $200 million and literally almost 4 people killed, which is the big thing. But Mover, what do you think, sir?
Oh, hey. Well, to Wombat's point, I disagree that this was part of, I mean, they may have been rejoining, but they were stable for 13 seconds.
Yeah.
13 seconds is
no, I get it. I mean,
range angles and closure were under control.
Yeah.
So, couple things. I think the horse is kind of beaten on whether the Growlers need a demo team. My only argument to that is, what are you demonstrating that is part of the Growler capability, right? If you really wanted to do something, you should have everybody's phone get turned off or something crazy, or the garage door openers or you have them draw a sky penis, because aren't they the ones that did the sky penis way back in the day?
Yeah.
A couple things. Some of it's going to be get off my lawn. We have had an airmanship problem in the military overall for probably the last decade or more. We have degraded our skills to the point that we don't do formation landings anymore. We don't do formation approaches anymore because we have these mishaps. And instead of going, hey, we need to get better, we go, well, we're not going to do that anymore. And that's probably what's going to happen with this.
Yep.
I saw a thing where somebody was talking about the Blue Angels. You know, they do that creepy visualization thing. I'm not a subscriber to that in the sense that, you know, I ever sat there with somebody else and closed my eyes and did it. And when I watched the Blue Angels, I thought it was silly. But chair flying is a real thing. That is not this, you know, because the post was, this happened because the Blue Angels do that and they don't.
No.
This didn't happen because this was some wild maneuver that no one can do. This is your very basic formation. It's not even like a rejoin, because the rejoin's already done, and that's why I was saying that, Wombat.
Yeah.
This is basic formation flying, and it's basic fundamental formation keeping, staying in position, keeping sight. When you are in a high stress environment, you should be able to go to the fundamentals, because we are trained to do that. That's why we spend so much time doing it in the early phases. And I think what you're seeing now is the product of less and less exposure to this, such that when stuff goes wrong, you don't have the second nature anymore. That being said, people make mistakes. Sometimes doesn't matter how much stuff you have in your bag of tricks, you have that bad day, and that bad day is on national TV and for all to see. I mean, we always talk about there by the grace of God go I. Now, is this one that I think can happen to anybody? I have trouble saying that, because as many times as I've come back tired, you know, after pulling 9Gs a lot or combat or whatever, the fundamentals have always been there, and you always were able to go back on the emergencies, the what if, because they teach you very early in the syllabus, at least in the Air Force side, when to break out. You're a danger to the formation. You lose sight. You lose situational awareness, or you're told to do so. We're talking about what was the EWO doing? I don't care. There's not enough time for somebody to say, hey, look out, he's over here, or for me to have a conversation. That has to be wired. It has to be between that front seater that's actuating the stick has to already know where that other jet is, because you're 4 feet from them. Like, you don't lose sight in the pattern. You don't lose sight in day visual meteorological conditions in that. So there is no excusing this, because it's gross buffoonery. However, I can empathize and say that whoever was involved, I feel really bad for them, because this is pretty humiliating and embarrassing. And, you know, they may be phenobbed or whatever the result of this is, because it's a gross error. You know, it's not mechanical. It's not anything that is excusable as fighter pilots, because as professionals, we keep ourselves to that standard of at least we can fly formation. I bag on the OFPs, the old fighter pilots, because they care about is fingertip. But guess what? They might be right, because if we're at an air show and China's watching, we just took out $200 million worth of equipment without them firing a single shot. That's unacceptable. It's unsad. So the two things can be true at once, right? We've got the human side, which I think Wombat has made a good point about, and the this isn't right side that I think Gonky always hammers home, which he's correct. Do I think there needs to be a Growler demo? No. Not because I don't think that we need to know about the Growler, but the Growler is frankly just not an interesting airplane. I mean, it can't do anything that a Super Hornet can do that looks cool to the crowd. And what it can do is all classified. And beyond that, you don't need to know. And the people that were inspiring of the next generation, they're so far down the track. When you go to an air show, you just want cool jets, loud noise, something to get the kids wanting to fly jets. The Growler ain't it. I'm sorry. A Super Hornet will do that.
Well, dude, I guess in my mind, the real reason why I would really question the Growler having a demo is that is a very, yes, okay, not the most exciting airplane, let's say, but it is an extremely important
Yeah, that's
airplane.
right. Do we have
It's
a
gotta be
Kids Day
national
plane flying
asset,
around
right?
doing air shows? Do we
It's-
have
Right. So like
AWACS?
like I think of it as like, dude, okay, dude, F-18s, you crash one, cool. They're still building them. Build us another one. The Growler, man, like I think it is a national asset.
I think it is
And then-
based on the cost of it. I know the E2 was based on the cost.
And then the other thing, correct me if I'm wrong, Wombat, but there's 4 jets per squadron in the fleet.
It's not much, yeah.
5?
4 or 5.
There's
5.
5 jets.
According to the last report. And that's another part. You know, they come back from deployments and they go down to 1 because they have to put all the other jets through phase maintenance. When we did that mishap review, Gonky,
Right.
the mishap pilot had 9 hours in 90 days. That's below the waiver, or you have to get a waiver for that.
Right. So I mean, and I think there's 12 squadrons in the Navy. So like you literally wiped out a half a squadron by giving up 2 jets to a demo that like why are you risking such an important airplane? You know, I mean, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't, when there's the fighter version that's arguably better at doing the air show thing, like why risk it? I'm not bagging on the Growler community or the Growler.
It's too close to the Rhino to make the juice worth the squeeze, is what you're saying. You already have a Rhino.
The average person does not know the difference.
Doesn't know the difference, correct.
It just is not going to see the difference between the 2 jets. Now, the EA-6B, they'd have seen a difference. Would have been a different aircraft. The E2, different aircraft. It's got the UFO on top.
Yeah. Allegedly.
But the Growler, I think the bottom line on this is Dash 2, for whatever reason, whether it was distraction, fatigue, whatever was going on in that cockpit, lost situational awareness and lost sight. And then Lee did something unexpected and was not where Dash 2 thought they were going to be. That anybody, because I read a couple comments that were like, well, Lead, was jerky or did this or whatever. So what?
Lead was in a turn.
So what?
That
this
doesn't
is
matter,
the exact
man.
same profile we flew from Brooksbridge to initial at Eglin every day we came back.
Yeah.
You know, you're used to doing fingertip, sometimes with a 4-ship.
Yeah.
This wasn't even fingertips, like a loose cruise.
So to be on the Growler demo team, you have to have 1,000 hours. And I'm sorry, if you have 1,000 hours in tactical airplanes,
no way.
like, dude, there's again, I'm really struggling to.
But to that point, Gonky, remember when we were doing sequestration and all that, and we had to burn flight time, and it was like, go get your hours, and you'd go to the top of 2508 and drill holes. 1,000 hours is great, but what kind of 1,000 hours is it?
Yeah, is it the same
And
hour
in a Growler community, are you getting the type of tactical maneuvering, close formation?
No,
1,000
nobody
hours
is.
that
Nobody
are
is.
You're basically
nobody is
that
doing
even-
close
that
formation
even a
anymore.
Rhino is. That even a Rhino is, right? Like even you take 1,000-hour Rhino pilot, 1,000-hour Growler pilot out of the gates, go. When they hit 1,000 hours each, the Rhino guy's gonna have more tactical stuff because they're going to do BFM. They're going to do more low levels. They're going to drop bombs. They're going to do all these high maneuvering, high G join ups and all that. And while the Growler may do some of that, they're also going to have a lot of flight time where they're straight and level being harm trucks or doing
Barrel
beeps
out.
and squeaks in the
Auto
back
throttle
and not
on.
doing anything. So yeah, so that's the difference. 1,000 hours is 1,000 hours is great, but it's kind of the same thing. To make an analogy is like the fighter guy gets the plus up going to the airlines than the heavy guy does because they may have less hours.
I was told
their
P3 hours are way more valuable than any fighter
because they're super tactical.
Because they shut down engine. I don't know. I heard something about combat time,
Yeah,
and
they were always in an emergency
combat formation.
But you see, that's the thing. So 1,000 hours is not the 1,000 hours you got through your career.
Yeah, I'm looking for. It's such a bad dude. I mean, I thank God that
bad luck, and I'm glad everybody's alive. But
such a black eye to naval aviation because it is you can't explain your way unless like there's some crazy 4-channel flight control failure or something crazy.
No. No,
still
even
break up
then,
and away.
even
You still
do,
break up
even
and
then,
away.
you take whatever flight controls you got left and you get away.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Duver. I mean,
trying
There's
to help.
nothing.
Yeah, it's dude. It literally looks like two just gooned it up. I mean,
That's exactly what it is.
I like pretty sure there was a fight. I mean, dude, because that you can't. Like I said, there's no like. How do you screw that up, man?
you call it a
You have to
debrief.
think.
You're talking about instructors like these aren't
Yeah,
like-
these are full time. And I've seen that comment where somebody mentioned how these were part-time demo pilots. That's
how we do it.
that's how the Navy does it.
That's how the Navy
Those
does
teams.
it.
That's how
Doesn't
the
matter.
Navy, like the only full-time demo pilots in the Navy are the Blue Angels.
I
Like,
could
Gonky
go out
was a
there right
part-time
now and
demo.
do it without hitting somebody. Like it's not that hard.
No,
This is not.
That-
We're not
That profile
talking.
was not. Yeah, it was
This is not the diamond loop into the bomb burst. This
Yeah,
is just a turn in formation. All you have to do is do this the whole time. Whole time.
which
That's
is
it.
what you should be doing.
If you look this way, you're wrong. If you look this way, you're wrong. You're right here. Whole time.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude,
That's it.
you're supposed to put the front of the Lao,
Yeah.
line it up with
Just line the two things up
line the two
and fly
things
like
up.
this.
Just dude, I know. I
Don't
don't
look up. Don't look down.
I don't.
Don't scratch your nose.
Yeah, exactly. Let that
Don't
sucker
sneeze.
in. Let it in.
Just go.
Yeah.
And if you have to do any of those things, you get away. You roll, pull.
and you bring up a good point, Mover. So like, you talk about, well, if there's a caution or any of this crap, but like we're taught early on, it's aviate, navigate, communicate. But dude, when you get within maybe a 1/10 of a mile of your lead, it is all aviate.
Aviate.
As
a wingman, 100%.
There's
Dude,
been
you got two people in that jet. Deedle. Hey, what's that? I'm busy.
Okay, now wait. I'll tell a quick story. The one time I almost did have a midair. I was a student, T-45, flying formation, is at night. I'm literally in fingertip, and my instructor in the back is a Sir Grad, Rubma Johnson. Since we're talking call signs, Rubma was his call sign. His last
He's a
name was
great
Johnson.
dude. He's a great dude.
I don't think that's his call sign for Rubma
No,
Johnson.
not anymore.
He goes, hey man, do you see that? And I'm like, I'm glued, right? I'm like, what, sir?
Oh, yeah.
He says, are you standing on the brakes? I'm like, no. Why? He's like, dude, look, the brake lights. We had the little pressure indicators down like by your feet. And like an idiot, I went like this and looked down, and my flight lead, Screamer was his call sign. Dude, at that moment, he did a turn into us. And like I looked back to see plan form view of the T-45, and I just shoved the stick through the firewall, dude.
Yep.
And we ended up like 3,000 feet below Screamer, and he's like, what happened? Where'd you guys go?
But you still didn't hit.
I still didn't
And
hit.
the moral of the
No,
story is you were in a less capable jet at night with far less experience.
But that was an example that really seared into my brain.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if the dude in the back says we're on fire. I'm like, good.
Cool.
I'm
Dude,
still
let me get
flying
away.
for him.
Let me get away.
My favorite. You remember Deuce? Have Deuce on the show?
Yeah.
Deuce Dufresne. He reminded me of this story when I told him because he said the word. You guys have heard the term padlocked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
UPT. He's in UPT in a T-38 practicing fingertip. One ops check. One is 2.4. Two's padlocked.
Awesome.
He's like, what? He's in fingertip. He is a foot away from the other aircraft. He's like, two's padlocked.
You know what? Though? Good on him.
Yeah, no
Good
kidding.
on him.
It's a horrible
my
time for
favorite
an ops check.
Deuce Dufresne story. He just
Oh, my
retired, by the
God.
way. This,
You know what? And that's
last
why
week.
Deuce never hit his flight lead.
That's why Deuce became a weapons officer and flew the F-35 and
Padlock.
F-16 in
That's
combat and had an
beautiful.
amazing career. He just retired last week, so congratulations, Deuce. But
That's congrats.
two's
That's
padlocked.
hilarious. Two's
like,
the people
which,
that don't
for those
know,
that don't know,
explain
padlocked
that
is
better.
where you can't take you see something, but if you take your eyes off of it,
You're
you'll
gonna
lose
lose.
sight. Which usually applies to things miles away, not a foot away from you in fingertips.
Can you imagine being the IP like what? But you're right there.
Just say 2.6, bro. It's going to be the same.
No, the IP
Step it
goes,
out a little.
I will never forget because the IP goes 1554, and he's like, "What?" And that took him off his game because he's marking the tapes.
That's funny.
That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious.
All right, dude, if we don't go to another topic or these
That's
chats, we will not have. We're either going to be here till 10 o'clock or we're never going to finish.
Keep going. Yeah.
We've done one
Glad
topic in an
everybody's
hour
safe.
and a half.
Glad everybody's safe.
Oh God! All right, going in reverse order. Spinbot says, "Wish it was finished treason flight. I'm having a stroke here. Wish it was longer."
Heard that.
Story of Wombat's life, but overall was awesome. Also, story of Wombat's life. Still
Yeah.
haven't wrecked my supermoto. Life's good.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you.
BVT says, "I was as someone from Idaho. What's up with the Mountain Home Air Force Base air shows? You lost a T-Bird there a few years back, also, and they had in 2018. Was it a paraglider? Something like
I
the
saw
fatal.
that. Say
It was a
fatality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. Air shows. Spooty says Gonky tried to join on a star one time, so his opinion matters most on this subject.
That's valid.
Hasn't everybody tried to do that?
T. Wolf Jaeger says, so is this going to be a hostile renaming? Not
Maybe.
if your name is already associated with an act that is very similar to what happened.
Yeah, that's.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, I hope not.
Let's hope not. 146 flyer. I agree with Wombat. I used to fly Korean era piston jet P2V over wildfires, but now I fly a jet. I still fly the wing regardless of the situation.
Well, dude, it's the same in the Airbus, right, Gonky? I mean, I know you don't do it a lot, neither do I, but like the Airbus is as fly-by-wire as you could get. It's still an airplane.
Yeah.
Like, you still fly it like an airplane, and it flies fine. And anyway,
Paul Young says, hey guys, my first live show. I've been tuning in since episode 1. Well, thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Paul.
I'm glad everyone got out in one piece. Had a close one recently. Had completed electrical power failure while flying a steam gauge Navajo through Cincinnati Bravo and hard IMC. That's the stuff nightmares are made out of. Holy crap.
Don't do that, man.
Dang, man. Glad
You
you're
take
here.
take the $100 back and go check your electrical system with it. I don't know.
Dude.
I'm telling you how to spend your money, but
Wow.
Dallas says this conversation is very similar to debrief of the Growler incident in Washington. Seems like a community problem. Thanks for all the great shows.
yeah.
Let's see.
Well, that and the touch and go where they jumped out.
Yeah. Put one in
Yep.
San Diego
How many have they?
Bay.
4? It's been 4 jets.
3 or
4
4
jets in 2
in the
years.
last-
4 jets in 2 years.
Yeah.
So a squadron.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Maverick says just losing AEA pallets and ALQ 199 pods for no. I don't think they
No,
had
they-
those
I
on there.
follow it.
No, they had to be.
SCL 0.
Yeah, they had to be in the pretty. The only thing they could have is centerline tank.
Yeah. 146 flyer. I think that was his previous comment. So if we didn't get it, please let us know. Bill says Juan Blanco Lirio said he checked in the pilots were regular Navy and only did demos part time. Doesn't matter.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. And again, it's fingertip.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, it's.
I would
it's
argue
not-
it wasn't even really fingertip, to be honest.
It,
with you.
it was
They were
just
kinda-
it was the don't hit me formation, and they
Mhm.
didn't. They hit them. You had the one job.
Yeah. What would you say you do here?
I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
John, thank you, John. Doug, if you find something, it's probably please let us know. Tom says Boeing salivating at this, knowing we need some more F-18s. No, I don't think they're building them anymore.
Growlers?
I don't think they're building growlers anymore.
Well, here's a hot take. When is that airplane going to be replaced by a drone that can loiter and do the same mission for 10 hours, not need to refuel, and not have to do an air show?
Or do an air show. I mean, whatever.
I mean, it's Trons. I
The
mean,
MQ-25 Stingray just got a new
yeah. One more mission.
one more mission.
Jackson says, why is the EWO even needed on a Growler demo? Another pair of eyes. I mean, demos, they do that, right? Gonky, where they throw the guy in the back seat and he calls out altitudes or whatever it is they do.
Yeah, and for the Growler community, I mean, they operate as a crew, and I would actually think that it would be a detractor if they sent the pilots by themselves, because as a Growler crew, you always have someone in the back. They're always doing, their flying duties, you're doing yours, and then now all of a sudden you've got to do it all for somebody who's not used to that. I think it would actually be more dangerous to send them solo.
It's just pattern work.
I was gonna say, man,
literally, you just do this the whole time. Like, what do you need somebody?
Well, and it goes to the further question is, why do we have a 2-ship?
Well, yeah,
I already asked that question.
Well, but safe the rear seat and make it a solo bird, and you don't need an extra.
You know why they don't have a 2-ship? So it can be justified because we already have a West Coast demo team. Because that's the answer, right? We have a West Coast demo team. Oh, we're 2-ship. And it's like, well, that's
in that
different.
case,
We're
that's
going
a
to
whole
do
different animal.
breaks where we break away from each other instead of
we do
together.
division parachute flying. Like, okay, well, that's something that the Rhino team doesn't do.
Meow. Thank you for your service. That was just amazing. Well, Afterburner says, is chair flying or a good sim better? Why?
Both. Do them both.
To each his own.
Mover,
there are levels of chair flying, right? There's
Yeah,
levels of thinking through something and visualizing what you're doing, and then there's the Blue Angels that is cult-like and looks extremely creepy. You can chair fly and not do that.
True.
They do that.
But that's their culture.
That's their culture.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right. The Thunderbirds don't do that. They make fun of them.
Yeah.
Take from that what you will. Because what would you even
also
chair fly?
wear
You'd just be
G-suits.
like this the whole time, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, look at that level. If that's how they're trained and that's how they're doing it, it's fine. But I was going to say, Mover, there's you took the words out of my mouth on that one. There are various levels. Like you could be driving in your truck to base, chair flying through.
You could talk through stuff. Like when I'd walk my dogs, I'd talk through like the comm of when I was doing the flight lead upgrade. I'm like, okay, I'm going to check in here, and then it's going to be whatever.
I mean, that's so.
Yeah. Aaron says it's because we were inverted. Not until much later in that iteration.
Yeah.
Renee says, I know nothing, but could something physical have happened to the top jet? No.
I hope so, but
probably not.
No. But I hope so.
Tom says Gonky said a lot just to say their SA sucks. Yeah, I know. Gonky was on some kind of.
Well, he was a demo pilot. Like he was
trying not to hurt any feelings.
He
and
was
ended up talking for an hour. Or now he's mad at me. Warhorse says one of the crew had a 5-word long call sign. What the freak? That's the Navy for you. Snapping McButterpants. Full Afterburner USA says get her out. For the other guy, get her out of your life completely. I've been there and it sucks. It's your name only is on the deed. We're gonna change the locks. Yeah, we may get to that tonight. At this point, we're sorry. Droner, thank you. 6-string guy says, do they demo the Growler capabilities by shutting down all the crowd's phones? Yeah, there you go.
Just gives everybody a headache. Like
Carl says, Pale has to know who was involved. Very glad that all 4 were able to eject safely. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's none of our business either, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But they are the demo team, so you can probably do the math. Warhorse says, Mooch and Hoser had a 30-minute down to the nth degree breakdown this. I didn't understand everything they said because Mooch went deep into the weeds. Based on all the formation he's watched. Like
he was a Rio demo guy.
Again.
Hey, man.
But hey, only as a solo, bro. They didn't do a 2-ship.
That's true. That's true.
But like, what do you like? Oh, I saw my pilot. Like, how does that conversation start?
Back of your head looks good, bro. Keep it up.
Does he have a rant that's like any pilot should be able to do that? I know because I've seen them all. Like, what do you say? Who cares?
Oh man.
JD says, I thought they were demonstrating how growlers reproduce. Boy,
I still think about what I sent you, Mover. That scene out of that movie.
Oh. D-Rock says, I'm glad everyone got out and the pilots are safe from that collision, but it looks like the 2 planes are trying to mate and it went wrong.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one. Mr. Eka says, apology. Rocky new to Growler. That's from Project Hail Mary. I love it. Amaze.
That's funny.
Bob says, well, kids, then 2 Hornets really love each other. They're not Hornets. They're Growlers.
Growlers.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Growler pilots aren't fighter pilots because there's no F anywhere in there.
That's true.
EA-18G. There's not a single F anywhere in that name. They're electronic attack pilots.
No, they were attacking.
Oh, Full Afterburner says, sorry to hear, bro. She was likely a walking red flag from the get-go. Okay, we're doing some public therapy here. Don't get married again. Marriage is bad for us now. Wow. Gives me hope. Turd Ferguson says, that Growler incident looked like two cats having relations. Maybe they should call them meowlers.
Dude, that's awesome.
Plutera says, Mover, I sent in an application for Spirit Airlines for you. Oh, look, you put the air, you put the space between the air and the lines. That'll get you hired. Hope you get the job. Thank you.
Oh, that's funny.
A mental health minute. Remember, life is a journey and not a destination. Okay. And then Secret is safe with me. Thanks. And then Full Afterburner says, how likely is this to end Two's career?
Depends.
Yeah,
It depends. We'll see. Maybe.
Two should just be happy they are alive.
Yeah.
I recommend Two does not watch this show or any show. Stay off of the social media.
would.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna see it probably.
Yeah, you guys are kind of a big deal.
Okay.
If that's the case, check out this podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Paul Young says, I sent it straight to maintenance after I landed. The master relay failed. Golly. Don't laugh at that, dude. That's the IMC guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's the IMC no electrical system guy. Don't laugh at that, man.
I was thinking of the Hornet. I'm sorry.
Mutt Winstead says, wondering if lead had engine problem like Venhydromac caused unexpected deceleration G problem. No.
You would have seen it. You would have seen it. And even if
Not
they
only
did,
that,
you break away.
You have one job, and it's don't hit the other guy.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Don't be a douche. Don't hit lead.
Well, and what's funny is any maneuver that Two could have done to break away from lead there, even after a mistake of whatever happened, would have probably looked cooler than most of the demo.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be like, oh, look,
Gone to the bozosphere.
Like,
Go to the moon.
Like, oh, yeah.
Look, if they're going to keep doing the demo, they should be at flight level 340 in the cons, flying right over. Three Greens, Ambu says, Backseater's job should have been singing the Ballad of Thunderbird 2. No, it should be Two's Blind.
Yeah, the Dos Gringos talked about this. They don't.
Tar Heel Sun says, more time in the snapper is what was needed. Dude, look at the that's the red snapper.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Gonky, you started a thing.
We're shaping the future of
The red snapper training aircraft. Lance says, Growler 2 to lead. You told me not to think. All right. We're back on track, Gonky. Thank God. We got to do this one fast. Wombat.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this video? Croatia Airlines Airbus veers off runway. What is the most dangerous abort? Rejected takeoff. Sorry.
What do you mean? What's the most dangerous rejected?
Slow speed or high speed?
High speed.
You sure?
Well, it depends. Slow speed if you lose a motor.
Right. You lose an engine. Rejected takeoff. When's your least favorite time?
Yeah. Slow speed.
Yeah. Watch this.
But these guys weren't going slow speed, man.
I don't know why. They were going medium speed.
Snimku,
First of all, it's not a real Airbus.
Mute it. Or don't mute it. Just ignore me. It's fine.
That looks good. So far, so good. What are we doing? Now?
Oh, they're going to charge him for that.
Nice. Yep. That's good.
Hey, you missed that one. That one's good.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Got it back on the runway eventually.
That's not center line, sir. That is the edgeway light.
Still on the runway. Go to the
still on a line. Oof.
The tape of the from the passenger. So it's a wet runway.
Do we know the winds?
Well, the rain's moving that way, so
that's probably because anyway.
I don't do math.
Something happened here because they were handling it fine.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they lost an engine.
I read they were doing 131 knots. Oh boy.
Something happened. They might have canned a motor. I mean, they most certainly. All right, calm down. People working here.
Ooh, man.
Good job to the cameraman getting. Yeah. If that engine wasn't foddered before, it is now.
Yeah. Oh, they stowed the reversers though. That's good. Well, you don't want damage. Something had to happen, dude. And it had to have been either a massive gust, because they were handling it fine. And then you could see it from the outside video. But then all of a sudden, they just veered. So it wouldn't surprise me if it was a gust or some sort of shear, or they bagged a motor. They certainly did towards the end there when it hit the sign. But
Doug, play that first video again without the sound, por favor. You can see the nose gear come off the ground. I think they were going pretty fast, man.
yeah, it's a high speed for sure.
Yeah. So watch that nose gear.
Something happens right there.
Look at that. There, it hopped off the ground.
Something happens there. Like if you go back right there, and I don't see anything come out of the motor. The rudder does not look like it's doing anything, which maybe it should have been.
And you can't tell, like,
but it was like
back. Yeah, you don't see.
It's a pretty instant thing there.
Man, you don't
There's
see
nothing
like
out of the motor either.
Right.
No pop bang, fire.
Right. There's only
He's got side stick in because look at the wings.
Right. You can
Watch
see
the wings. See, they pop up at the other side. So he's fighting big time at that point.
You don't, like Mover said, you don't see any burps out of the engines.
Nope.
But like you see the nose gear hop up there. Like, hey, maybe we should take this flying before we go off the side. Then he's like, no, let's stop.
Yep. And then now it's all aboard at this point.
Oh,
because the reversers are out.
No, he's applying the soft fuel procedures.
See, there's a lot of water on that runway too.
Yeah.
That thing swerved pretty hard because I mean, from the camera angle here, he's
looking at you.
Yeah.
Which is frowned upon.
Yeah, which is, you're right there. I didn't see any rudder deflection.
It just reminded me of like when I had to do my type ride on the 7.8 and they're like, okay, you're the captain now. Here's your low speed rejected takeoff on ice. And
what?
You're like, what?
You're like, I wouldn't be in this situation. Did the rudder move ever?
I don't know. What is that? It? No.
No. That's
No,
pretty
she's
straight.
straight, dude.
I
Now
don't think
on
they were
that
trying to rotate.
riddle me this.
I think they were just aft stick. I mean,
that rudder, it was almost like they didn't put rudder in when there was a wind gust.
Mover 7.8 will put in the rudder for you, right?
not on the ground.
Not on the ground.
That's a 777 thing.
Wombat, do you know if because A220 is not really an Airbus?
It's not really an Airbus.
But I wonder.
I doubt it does. I doubt it does. Because
Well, there's no rudder though. There's nothing that's ruddering.
That's what I'm saying. Is like
even if it put it in for you, you'd see it physically move.
Yeah,
the nose gear is straight. Everything's straight here except the plane.
Well, what the problem is actually everything right there.
They're just Tokyo drifting. It's fine.
No, you're looking at it all wrong. That is perfect. They built the airport wrong.
The runways.
It's the Coriolis
runway's
effect.
wrong.
We're just looking at the Coriolis effect in action.
The runway's wrong. God,
that's why the
scary,
toilets
man.
go the other direction.
There's no rudder input.
And the engines, the engines don't look like,
no,
The
everything's
nose gear doesn't hard over.
now they're fighting it because you see the flapper dues pop up, whatever they are, spoilers.
if the engine fails, will the reverser kick out? Because both engines are reversed.
It should.
Man, I don't know, dude. That has to be.
But if that engine, I guess if it just rolled back, maybe, but you'd probably see something.
Look at the blow and stuff. Like
If it flamed out.
Yeah, go back a little bit there. Yeah, that's a good point. You'll see if it's producing.
How can you tell?
Is it
It's
blowing?
blowing stuff.
The reversers are out. So
I will say the right motor in reverse looks like it's blowing water. Then again, the right.
But it's on the runway.
The runway.
Yeah.
So,
Man, I don't
golly,
know.
man.
Dude, that's a wild ride.
That's a wild. They're lucky that I'm assuming everybody was fine. It looks like it was fine.
Yeah. Good job to the pilots to, successful abort.
Stick with it. Yeah.
Any rejected takeoff you can walk away from.
You're gonna need to ASAP that one though. You're definitely gonna want to ASAP.
Hey, this
cushion.
weekend I'll bring some wood out. I'll fix that sign. I'll fix
My
that.
bad. That's my bad. That's crazy.
Yeah. No bueno.
Wow. All right. Well, there's that. Morgan says I had to sneeze when I was rejoining, sir.
I've had
You
that.
hold it.
Yeah.
You do,
hold
yes.
Or you don't rejoin.
So Seagrave says, "Does the wing pilot get credit for a trap on an E-18G?"
No, only
Maybe the
that
kill.
A kill. Hey, dude, a kill's a kill.
T Wolf says CVR recorded Eurobeat playing during the takeoff
Oh
roll.
my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh.
The system is down. Sharkbait says, when I first saw the Growler's mating dance, there was a second in that mess that if they had both selected full afterburner, they'd have gone straight up then ejected. Greatest stunt ever. Now I didn't have the thrust to wait.
Well,
It'd
at
just
that
fallen.
point, you're so far behind the power, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do it in a Raptor.
And probably engines were fought out, because pieces of Growler were probably going down the intakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dropped a couple Growlers on the field. Entity of the Void says, inspection, aircraft departs paved surface, send it to the hangar. Nah, dude, that's
She's gonna be down for a while. She's gonna be down for a while.
So Gonky,
Yes,
in
sir.
all the chaos, I forgot this even happened.
Oh,
A T-38C had a successful ejection in Lamar County, Alabama.
2, right? 2.
No.
no,
no,
I mean,
just the one.
right, but two
dudes,
shoots.
2 shoots. Yes,
Two
correct. So Reef 42, which is interesting. They're using the Reef call sign because that's the Homestead cross-country call sign. Crashed in Lamar County. Both occupants ejected. Play the video, Doug. And then Reef 41. Check this out. Low altitude almost looks controlled. What do you think? That's a T-38 at maybe 2,000 feet. That's the wingman. Yeah. But 2 good shoots. Which now, that is also the Nacy's seat. Martin Baker. Why did you freeze it like this? What are you doing? Have I lost audio? Where did Wombat go?
A lot of things happen all at once.
What are you doing over there, Douglas?
Well, I saw that screenshot and I was going to hop out for a minute. And
All right. The video that says 19 seconds. Play that, Doug.
This one?
This show's great.
The one you're looking at.
Yeah,
Yes.
it won't play. Maybe it will now.
You can't make it bigger?
Nope.
You can't double
Go
click
back
it?
to the recorder. That might help.
It's embedded wrong.
Yeah. Okay. This is train wreck. Gonky, look like a controlled ejection, but obviously the other aircraft squawked emergency, so we don't know what happened with those two, but thankfully both of them successfully ejected and were picked up. And you're still muted, in case you're wondering.
Was the C the model you guys flew?
I flew the C with the old seat.
I flew the C with the new seat. Yeah, great air. I mean, great. The T-38C with the upgraded seat. It's a great airplane. For what it was, for what it is.
Sure.
Yeah, mover. I don't think this was a UPT jet. I'm pretty sure, right? So probably you're muted.
Who's muting these people?
I don't know.
Doug.
It's not me.
Yeah, from Columbus.
Yeah, so yeah, man, probably doing a round robin or something, maybe cross country. But yeah, at altitude like that, probably controlled, which is ideal, which is what you want. But I mean, I don't know, man. That's a 60-year, even though the T-38Cs were upgraded, now they were upgraded like 25 years ago, which is crazy, which kind of makes them old now. The basic airframe is still 60 plus years old. So I'm interested to find out, obviously, what caused them to eject, a multi-engine simple airplane like that.
Well, you remember the T-38, right, Jen? No cross.
Yeah.
There were some no kidding, because that happened in, I want to say Laughlin, or it might have been Randolph. It was down in Texas. They had a situation where it was, hey, we need to eject, and the IP under upgrade did not arm his seat. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so only one got out. So, it's
what
awful
Mover's
in that
talking
situation.
about is the 38 had a couple, because it was designed like at the dawn of the jet age. It had a couple of emergencies where your only option would be to get out. That's right, Jen. I haven't heard that. It gives me a little bit of PTSD. Right, Jen. No cross was definitely one of them. But I mean, even then, I mean, if you're at altitude, you have options. But it's going to be interesting to see what caused them to eject. I know when we were flying the A model, like even like the C models were having some structural issues and just stuff that happens to airframes that get beat on for 60 years. And being in AETC, those jets don't have an easy life. Although I will say the U.S. Air Force does an amazing job maintaining their aircraft. Their airplanes look new. But yeah, I'm curious, man.
It was so that was November 20th, 2017. Dual engine gearbox failure led to a total hydraulic failure. One instructor pilot ejected and survived. The other captain, Paul Barber, did not eject because the seat was not armed. So
were they in a C model?
Yes.
Dude, I want to say that thing would tell you if the seat wasn't armed.
I don't know.
I only got like in the teeth when I transitioned from F-18s to T-38s. They sent me to fly the C model in Randolph. I only got like, I don't know, 10 hours in it. But that had a glass cockpit. Like it was a pretty substantial upgrade from the A model that I ended up getting most of my time in. Because most modern airplanes will tell you if the seat's not armed. As soon as you apply approaching takeoff power, you'll get a warning. So
that's a Hornet did that.
The Hornet, yeah,
multiple times.
Will the F-16 do that?
It's a caution light.
Right. Yeah. So it tells you.
It doesn't tell you with the throttle though. It just tells you.
Now the Hornet would tell you to check seat.
It wouldn't give you a deedle. It would just like you always had the seat not armed light. That you'd look at.
Will the T-45C give you the warning, Wombat?
I don't think so.
The T-45A model wouldn't. But
not an audible, but there's a visual. I think.
Yeah, I mean that's sad.
Same thing. It sounds like
And he didn't. I want to say he didn't. Is it the pin? Is that the way you armed it with the T-38C? You didn't pull the pins, or was it both?
Oh, dude, I can't. No, I don't know. I can't remember now. I thought it was just a little switch on the side, but I don't know.
No, there had to be a pin too. So I mean,
pin on the handle. Yeah, pin on the handle, and then the arm and seat on the side. That's right.
Yeah, that's the worst. Is if you didn't pull the pin, because then you can't even in the last ditch drop the handle and pull.
Yeah.
If you have the wherewithal.
That was a tough mishap. But again, my point being is that we're thankful that that happens, because the T-38 does have emergencies where you got to get out.
Give it back.
Yeah. Obviously now the SIB will meet, and then when that's done, the AIB will have its day or months, and then we'll probably know something in a year. Although the Air Force has been moving pretty quick lately. They did one.
Well, they got a lot of work, right? I mean, they got to.
That's the Air Force, sir.
The T7's coming online pretty quick too, I hear.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, T-38C had a pin and a lever. I think his pin was in.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, there's no warning for that one.
Nope.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing these guys got out. I'd rather eject at altitude like that. Didn't look like they were going super fast. So hopefully minimize injuries. And
if it was at that, I mean, there is like a controlled ejection profile, right? There's a 2,000 foot. You go to a controlled bailout area and you do your controlled. Your make sure everything's stowed. You get your stuff together and you prepare to eject versus just jumping out last second and not knowing what's going to happen. So, all right. Oh, that's that one. Britain Photography says, think when growlers hit, please don't be girls flying. He's saying he's hoping that it wasn't girls flying the growlers.
It doesn't matter. It still sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom says professional podcasters hard at work.
No, you can just put podcasters hard
I
at
think the
work.
growlers were jamming us.
Well, that's what
Probably.
Colton says. That was what happened in Growlers. You're muted. You're muted. Where's that music you're coming from?
This is how you lose SA, man.
This would be the Growler demo. Is just them muting our mic for an hour, off and on.
I got you.
Morgan says the Growler's so good they jam their own comms. Yeah. All right. This is probably not going to be interesting to either of you, but we're going to watch it anyway. Check this out.
I had questions.
Why
So
are you
I
flying
have-
in a helicopter?
I have always been an advocate of leaving the gear down because it looks cool like Airwolf. However, I do not advocate for what we're about to see.
Did they literally forget?
Well,
I mean, did they forget?
this is not where they're supposed to land if they have a maintenance problem, I'll tell you that. It does appear that they forgot their gumps check.
Well, then why didn't they just lift it back up and put the
Yeah.
wheels down and land it?
These are all questions.
I mean, let's see.
They did.
Or is that what they
They-
did?
No,
Thumbs up.
that's no, because they were at a mass casualty thing and they had to send somebody else. Go to the other video, Doug. There's a video of them putting it on the trailer.
Oh, after the fact.
Yeah,
Now,
they had to strip the blades off,
why?
Really?
crane it up.
I'm sure there's some sort of FOD issue, something.
Yeah, look, that thing's on a crane,
It's
Lower
its
the
own
gear
crane. Just
and then put it on a
Well,
trailer.
The gear's down.
pull
Yeah,
it.
they applied power and lowered the gear while it was hanging there.
I mean, I guess I don't understand. I guess, do helicopters have gear warning?
Yeah.
Like airplanes?
Mhm.
So conceivably, the gear warning was screaming and
They just ignored it.
like pilots do. We just ignore
Yeah,
it.
remember when
don't
we
wanna-
had Kevin LaRosa on? They said
Yeah.
that the gear warning was going off when they were doing all the low level stuff with Airwolf because it's like 80 knots and however many feet it wants the gear down.
Right.
So they like Airwolf is non-standard. When they have landing gear, they leave it down until they get out of the ground environment in case they have to put it down. I think it doesn't look as cool because Airwolf is awesome. These pilots also apparently didn't think it looked as cool and set her down in the grass.
Yeah. I mean,
Honestly, it's probably the right thing to like, okay, we're down, let's shut it down and figure it out versus trying to pick it back up because you don't know what damage it did. You don't know if it's going to hook on something, dynamic rollover, or something worse can happen by trying to pick it back up. And they're in a confined area.
due to my civilian CFI days, we had the saying, there are those who have landed gear up and those who will. So,
That's a
I
2-pilot
mean-
helicopter too.
it's like, what the? It's pretty bad.
That's
It's pretty bad. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Wombat, do you have thoughts on this helicopter operations?
there must have just been loss of SA with all the mass casualty stuff and all that they just
Yeah, I mean,
It's
probably
weird,
looking at
man.
Yeah, were they in a hurry or like what?
they were trying to, confined area, picking up passengers.
Yeah, they were definitely
medical
over-
passengers, not.
task saturated or not. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't.
Well, it's a bummer,
Yeah,
dude, because it takes a helo out of the effort, which is that's a big
And
deal.
not a cheap helo.
Right. And if that, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But dude, I'm paranoid about gear. I've always been paranoid about.
Yeah, me too.
Dude,
Boom, boom.
I check so
I
many
know.
times, and I think some of that was T44 days because the IPs would play stupid games where like you would do the landing checks at the 180, and they'd reach down and close one of the eyeball holes in the
Really?
90, and if you didn't recheck it and catch that the gear was not down and locked, you would hook a flight.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
That's P3 stuff right there, dude.
It's P3, C-130, big
Yeah.
land. Oh, I know.
That's P3.
But so that's the
Yeah.
that's the paranoia. I mean, even to this day, yesterday landing in the Airbus, I'm like, my last thing is like, all right, the runway's clear, we're lit, everything's hanging, cool. Let's like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just like, the captain will get blamed for it, so I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
totally.
I'm just kidding.
I think it'd be tough to land with the gear up in a Viper by accident because it would
You'd
not
be going so fast.
Yeah, you'd be like, why am I doing 300 knots?
Well, dude, you can't like in the Hornet, you don't get the proper displays. So like
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
the
obvious.
AOA staple would not be there. It's like where?
Well, you wouldn't have your AOA gauge, right?
Yeah, dude, all that exactly. The
The-
AOA gauge
the
goes
hard
away.
gauge.
Yeah, exactly. And plus the flight control logic is different, like when you've got the flaps and gear up. So like it would be a really weird.
Well, yeah, dude. But I mean, like the Airbus will tell you at 750 feet above the ground that your gear's not down. But I still check it at 500. So like, I don't know.
I wonder if the old 139 was yelling at him. And then some aircraft and probably Helos too have the old silence button.
Mm,
You know, it's like, we'll get the gear down. Just hold off for a second. Deek. Ruh-roh.
yeah. They got it down eventually.
Well, after the
I
crane
think it
lifted-
wasn't the same people. I think that was
Oh.
different people.
Oh, okay.
I don't think those guys. Yeah, I share your question though. Like, just pick it back up.
Yeah. You power out of that, you drop the gear and you put it back down and see if anybody noticed.
Well, yeah, you find the guy with that footage, give him $100, you know.
It's to the cloud, Gonky.
It's to the cloud. Oh no.
Yeah, it was in the cloud.
It goes direct to social media.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Direct.
straight upload, dude.
Yeah. You're not getting likes, clicks, and subscribes if you don't upload that immediately.
JD says their lieutenant's going to love the paperwork on that one. Well, they are second responders, so it's probably okay.
Well, this is Miami-Dade. They've got all kinds of money.
They're fire.
Yeah.
They're fire rescue. It's not.
No.
Joe says, if not supposed to land helo without gear, why landing so perfect?
He
It
said
was a
down
nice landing.
It was really
Threw it down
smooth.
nice.
Like, were they like solely like, why are we so low?
Yeah.
Here, like,
Something
what?
off to you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like usually we're a lot higher than this.
This
What?
side picture is really bizarre.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the horizon,
Yeah.
Keep doing
Flare or whatever. You look
and
at.
I'm pretty sure. See, the other piece to that too is whether they have a crew chief or a medic. Usually, those crews like Life Flight, they'll have the third crew member, like your tail's clear, 50, 40, like somebody back there.
Yeah.
Weren't they like, hey,
Well,
something's
in
different.
their defense, the tail was clear.
Yeah, that's true. Good job there. We nailed that one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Tamerkin says poor airmanship all around tonight.
Mhm.
I'm gonna knock on this. Hold on.
Yeah, no
right.
kidding.
There, buddy.
Not fly for a little while.
Caleb says current Navy primary syllabus has only 5 form flights and 1 solo.
That's
I don't
primary.
remember what it was. Yeah, primary we didn't do a lot.
We didn't do very many in primary as well. And I think we had 1 solo. When you get to the more advanced stuff, that's when there's everything's formation, pretty much.
Yeah, but they like every time they came home, they flew a section fan brake. Like,
I know.
how do you get 1,000 hours and you're not good at that?
Well, you could ask. I mean,
I don't know, dude.
If you're watching,
please put it in the
Please.
comments.
Yeah, please come on the show.
Doug,
Maybe
you find
for
one for
trouble.
RM Nevada? Yeah, right here.
So far, how
Fire
about
guys, too much lazy boy time. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's right. They might have had the flicker pod underneath.
Oh,
So
that's
they didn't want to
expensive.
damage that thing. Yeah. Yeah. You start
Oh.
trying to pick back up and turn in and stuff. Just accept what you got. Spotter, gear, pilot. Sorry, I was meowing on guard. Didn't hear you. Thanks, Tom.
Meow, 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 meow.
All right. A feel good story. Holy crap. This one's
About
actually
time.
decent. Yeah.
Oh, this
So-
is cool.
Air Force Reserve saves the day.
This is really
H-
cool.
HC-130J drops rescue kit for survivors and
It was a
the helicopter. So the 920th Rescue Wing, which our dear friend used to be the group commander there, he got dual qualled. A fighter guy, F-16 guy, but he was dual qualled. And they have the HC-130 and the HH-160 or HH-60. So their entire thing is so that others may live, right? There's these things we do that others may live. So for 5 hours, the 11 survivors, 11 people on a King Air 300. Holy crap.
That's the big one.
Turboprop crashed off the coast of Florida. They were on a life raft before the 920th saved the day. The aircraft had crashed in the Atlantic Ocean approximately 50 miles east of Vero Beach. An HC-130 located the survivors and deployed MA-1 survival kits, including rafts, which they were already in rafts, I think, when this happened, but gave them better
You
rafts.
can never have enough rafts.
Especially if you got 11 people. They're like, hey, I'm getting my own raft. We're not talking. An HH-60 Jolly Green aircrew alongside pararescuemen. So the PJs jumped in. They assisted in recovering the survivors who were later transported for further medical care. Doug, roll the tape and make it huge.
This is cool.
I don't know if you can. No sound. But this is them throwing the thing out the back, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Gonky, have you ever been? Have you ever done?
No, sir.
You need to do some ramp surfing before you.
I want to do that. That looks super fun.
Yeah.
Dude,
And they HC-130 found him in like literally it was like 5 minutes on scene.
Look at that targeting pod.
Yeah, that's nice.
Obviously, these are the same aircraft and assets involved in the rescue of the Strike Eagle Wizzo, which we've spoke highly of during the operation in Iran. And here is the HH-160 or God, why do I keep wanting to call them 160? HH-60s coming in to pick them up. I'm not sure if the HH-60 picked them up.
They'd need more than one helicopter for 11 people.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That they could pick up 11 people. I think the Coast Guard was involved. No?
Wow.
It says they're hoisting airplane crash survivors.
Oh, man, look at that. That's straight out of Pensacola right there.
Yeah, it is.
Dude.
And then they arrived at Melbourne Orlando International.
Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Amazing. Amaze. So hats off to the rescue folks. I mean, I think there's no cooler mission because their job is 100% saving lives. You know, whether it's in combat or this. And I mean, how lucky are you? I mean, it's a bad day if you're ditching a King Air. Amazing that they actually survived the ditching. You don't usually hear about ditching successfully like that. But then everybody, all the passengers got in rafts, and then they were able to call for help, or ATC called for help for them, and they were immediately on scene and ready to go.
Yeah,
awesome.
Dude, I tell people, you meet some people that want to serve their country, but they're not too jazzed about, blowing stuff up and breaking other people's toys. So I always tell them, hey, the Coast Guard, their job is, one of the primary, especially in aviation for helicopters, right? It's almost all search and rescue. And I always thought that, if I wasn't so hell bent on being a fighter pilot, I think for like you alluded to, Mover, like just job satisfaction, man, just like you're basically like the hero, right? You show up, these people are in dire straits, and you and your flying machine save the day. And the job satisfaction has to be just amazing. Although on the flip side, I know those guys and gals don't always arrive in time, or things happen, and that can be really tough. That can be really tough too. So you kind of have to, before you go into that line of work, it's like law enforcement or fire rescue, same thing. But it's really cool to see a video like this put out by the Air Force Reserve, just showing what airmen are doing out there every day. And it's good, because lately the military has been getting a lot of press for basically the violent things that we do. It's nice to see the other side, of the military's capability, man. Search and rescue. It's cool. I like it.
When I was awaiting my transfer to Strike Fatron 204 in the summer of 2012, I had some downtime and I was watching two shows. One was Airwolf, and two was this combat search and rescue show about the Pedros. And no show will make you feel less like you've done anything in your career than watching a show about search and rescue helicopters going into bad guy land in Afghanistan and Iraq where they're getting shot at and they're picking up casualties, and their whole like focus is just saving wounded service members under fire and getting them out, or downed air crew or whatever. So hats off to them. I mean, it's awesome what they do. I, as a fighter pilot, always appreciated the idea that they were around to come get me. And we've seen them in action. I mean, they're refueling at a couple hundred feet going into hostile territory. Whew.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
When my friend was the group commander, right after he got qualled, they had the Houston floods, and they took HC-130s out there with the HH-60s, and we're doing rescue operations for flood and stuff. I mean, they do a lot of real world, local, national stuff, not just overseas. So it's really cool. All right. Nothing further. 66cc rider. Hello, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Great show, guys. Sorry I missed you last week. Meow. You're the only one allowed to say meow. Good to see you again, Wombat.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Wombat has nothing for him.
No. Just happy to be here.
Blue Rex says, when I was stationed in Aviano, our flight safety officer went to TJ for 6-month training. He landed the Viper on a TCM pod instead of the gear. How? I don't know how you could do that, though, because, like I said.
Does it carry the pod on the belly?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, how do you forget the gear because of the things we mentioned? The staple, it puts it in the takeoff landing gains, the flaps. It's going to be going real fast. But Jamel says they picked them up, did weight call on site, and worked out. Wow. Amazing.
Wow.
Avgeek Joe says the Growler demo team rocks and Wrecking Ball wasn't involved yesterday. Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
But also,
somebody was involved, unfortunately.
Yeah, but the whole rocks, I mean.
Oh, no. Something got rocked. It was Leach Jet.
That was their best show. Warhorse says, someone say Coast Guard, 3-year sea time, light gunboat.
Oh, wow.
Gitmo, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Coasties. Mach says, didn't fall asleep during the show like last Monday. Glad this one was keeper. Grounded until end of month. -1 gallbladder.
Oh, that's
Got
right.
M4.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. That's
Airline
right. He had,
pilot
he had surgery, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Hope you're healing, man.
His Focke-Wulf is sitting
That's
in the hangar. Ozymandia says Cockpit Casual had a nice yet bittersweet video on moving a dozen Spirit Airlines planes. Yeah, it sucks. Gold Picard says, right on Gonky, even though I was an Army Guard Black Hawk Tango, I always said you don't need rounds fired at you for it to be dangerous. I rag the Coasties every chance I get, but I do respect the guys at the Kodiak Key West.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, let's see here. Southwest has sage advice. Stay off YouTube, and here they are on YouTube.
It's pretty funny.
Flight 130, 47 minutes. Everybody, for the two guys up front, welcome aboard Flight 130. 47 minutes, wheels up, wheels down, up to Dallas.
Turned up, Doug.
Pretty smooth. We just came from Dallas. Pretty smooth flight, but do us a favor, keep your eye on that seatbelt sign. You got 3 great flight attendants back there. If you be nice to them, they'll be nice to you. We'll stay off YouTube. Thanks. Welcome aboard.
No seatbelts up here in the tower.
Beauty. Nice job, buddy. I hope you get there early. Who's that, American? Delta. Wrong. Everybody, two guys up front.
Well, you didn't quite stay off YouTube.
Oh, dude.
But,
that is classic, dude. There's no seatbelts up here in the tower, dude. His heart just sank.
For those that don't know, sometimes pilots make the PA announcement on the wrong radio or on the radio when they should be making it on the PA. 7-3 problem. That's why when I made the mandatory PA, I would hit the PA button. Because in the Boeing jets, you can mode select like PA, COM 1, COM 2, all the different radios and stuff. And PA was one you mode select. But on the 7-8, there was a PA button, and I would hit the PA button.
Dude, in the Skybus, I'm like, hey, you've got ATC. And then I take my headset off and I pick up this like 1980 phone that they installed on the center console. And I pull it up and I push the button and it only makes the PA, dude.
It's smart.
Because I've seen some of the captains, they do, they reach down and press and they just talk into the mic. I'm like, oh, dude, you rolling the dice right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
PA always on the phone.
On the phone, dude. It's like
when in doubt, no PA.
No,
but if you have to make one,
that's right. I love it. No seat belts in the tower. My heart sank for that guy.
I was holding short at Chicago one time, and the guy made a very long-winded PA blaming tower for the delay on tower frequency.
Perfect.
Republic, say again.
Yeah.
But
it's beautiful.
Radio buffoonery is some of the best.
It is.
But they ended up on YouTube. That's the only reason I wanted to do that, is because he's like, I don't want to end up on YouTube, and here we are.
And here you are. Congrats.
And finally, not a topic before we get to the mental health minute, but I just wanted to comment on it since we're not going to really be able to cover much on this. But the Southern Heritage P-51 crashed, I think in Louisiana.
Yep, it was.
Not too long ago. Doug, is that it? So you have that? Yeah, Dan Fordyce. Is it Fordyce? Fortis? They crashed at Tallulah-Vicksburg Regional Airport. Details of the crash are being investigated. He's got a long legacy. If you look at the FlightAware track, he was flying around, and then there's a large vertical speed indicative of something bad happening prior to the mishap. But it's very awful to see that. The warbird community is obviously very tight-knit and small, and not a lot of P-51s that are flying around. So and not a lot of qualified people flying P-51s. So it's always sad to lose a life, lose somebody in the aviation community. And I think he was the governor's son.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah. But
former governor, right?
Right. Former governor, his son. So very sad. And now, wait, one more. Sec 808. So airlines don't use bead window calls for incorrect circuits like that. No, they do what that happened. They start meowing.
Yeah. They wait till it's done. Let it keep going. See how long the guy could go for, and then
just roll in.
Was
that American? No. Delta? No.
No, those.
No, those.
No seatbelts in the tower.
Dude, that's
awesome.
I had a guy ask me that. I was such a dumb young lieutenant. I was going cross country in a Viper, and I'm like just going feet wet over the Gulf of Mexico. You know, the Q100 over the Gulf, you know, Rossi, Remus, Redfin, all that stuff. Redfin. There you go, Gonky. And the controller, the center controller goes, Reef 11. Yeah, go ahead. Say, you got a ride report? Say ride conditions. And I have no idea what that means. Like ride conditions? Like, say again. It's like, are you experiencing any turbulence or anything up there? I'm like, seatbelts on. I don't know. It's always on. My seatbelt light's on. I don't know about yours. I was useless as a lieutenant. Aren't we all, though?
Yeah.
All right. To the mental health minute. Peter has asked us to talk about advice to survive the end of a 12-year marriage. Found out tonight she cheated. This night is too long. Man, that sucks. All I can say, having been in a similar situation, is that they did you a favor. You know, that kind of situation is bad for both of you, but you got to think if there's somebody that is going to do that to you, they don't respect themselves or you enough to continue in such a arrangement, and that the best thing for both of you is to move on. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. You're going to rip the Band-Aid off. But when you emerge on the other side, which you will be better for it and move on. There's nothing that really any of us can say that's going to say, oh, this is okay, as it's not. But I can tell you, having gone through some sad or dark times, it does get better, and there's light on the other side of that. I look back in my experience and think that, that situation did me a favor, because I definitely wouldn't have wanted to, for you, it's 11 years, but I mean, think if it happened in 20 years, think if it happened in 25 years, what they're basically giving you now is time. They're giving you time that you're not stuck in something that wasn't going to work out. So lean on your support network, lean on your friends and family, and make yourself better. Use it as an opportunity to improve yourself and continue digging. I know these guys have more wisdom on it than I do, so I will yield to the floor. Actually, you know what? Wombat's going to be a good one for this.
Well, I mean, I was married before, and wasn't 12 years. It was 4 years, and found out I was getting a divorce while I was on deployment after I called home to say that we were extending on deployment, which was not the easiest thing to deal with. And I remember vividly, and I've told this story, I think before, but I remember, Gonky could attest to this. Like, the flight deck of an aircraft carrier is the most chaotic place when flight ops are going on, but it's also like the quietest in the middle of the night. I mean, like, you're in the middle of nowhere. And I remember after finding out that, essentially I got my Dear John letter. Like, I went up on a walk on the flight deck by myself in the middle of the night in the Persian Gulf. And I walked to the back, and the back is, I mean, a lot of people don't realize the back of an aircraft carrier, you could just keep walking. Like, there's nothing to stop you. And I remember standing out there in the dark thinking my life was over. A lot because I was raised Catholic, and divorce is frowned upon. A lot because my wonderful parents, as dysfunctional as they are, and I love them to death, just kidding, because I know they're watching, but they made it work. You know what I mean? So I felt like this just complete failure of an individual. And there was this feeling that washed over me when I stood there by myself, looking out in the black, in the back of the ship, that if this is happening right now, if I'm going through this right now, it's because God's got somebody better. And you got to get rid of the one to get to that. And I could tell you that was 20 years ago now, right, Gonky? About something like that, mental math, biomath. And in the other room, there's a woman I've been married to for almost 15 years. There's 2 kids upstairs that are fantastic, that I love to death. And that feeling I had, even though I was at rock bottom or thought I was right. There was something better. So you gotta, it's going to hurt. You're going to feel lonely. It's going to make your social circle, I think, smaller, probably, because you're going to likely learn who your real friends are. But like Mover said, it's a situation and opportunity if you look at it from the positive sense of, hey, there's something better out there. You're not going to be able to know what that is right now. But I believe in my heart that anybody going through that in the future, if they just stick with it and they keep moving forward through it and they don't give up, because that's a problem, right? We get in these moments of despair and we just want to give up. If you don't do that and you keep walking forward through life and you keep processing it, there will be a time in the future where you look back and go, oh, that's why I had to go through that. It's to get to here, for whatever that is. And in your case, the divorce, but there's so many times I look back at my life now that in the moment you're like, why is this happening to me? But then later on in life, you're like, oh, and I'll be honest with you, even the worst things, and Gonky and Mover know all of them, I think, or most of them, that I've been through in my career, whether it was divorce or health issues or the Navy trying to do everything they can to unwombat themselves. I look back at it now and I go, man, I'd do it all over again, because where I'm at right now is awesome. So, but the key is to just not stop moving forward. Like, it's going to hurt. It's not going to feel good. You're going to blame yourself. There may be some blame on both sides, but I mean, you just got to keep stepping forward and believe in your heart that there's a reason for it. And it's a good reason.
Yeah. Mover and Wombat basically summed it up. So I dated this girl for about 1.5 years, and things were good, and then they weren't good. And I remember I called Wombat, and I kind of described. I don't remember the details exactly, but I described it like the talk we were having and stuff. And literally, Wombat goes, "Dude, I think she's cheating on you." And I was like, "Huh?" Because I'm, as mover, I'm naive as all get out, right? So I call her. And she admits to it, long silence, and she admits to it. She cheated on me with a guy in the air wing. And like immediately I was like, hey, we're done. Because like Mover said, it's not that I think highly of myself, but I respect myself enough to know that I deserve somebody who's just not going to cheat on me, because I'm not going to cheat on somebody, right? And the crazy thing is she was at Norfolk, and I was in Lemoore, which is in California. And the next day I woke up and she was at my door. And we had just had the long conversation, and, it actually made it harder when she was standing there in front of me, because, you're a tough guy behind a keyboard. But
as our viewers know, no.
But it didn't feel good, but, I basically told her that. And, there's really no rebuttal to that, because it's true. Right. So, and then Wombat mentioned, basically hindsight's 2020. And I'm very thankful that happened, because she was the wrong person for me. So, I don't know if you're a religious person or not. I'm a Christian. I think God's got a plan. And you have to have respect for yourself. You're worth it, right? To at least have somebody to respect you enough to not do those things. So keep your chin up, man. And, you'll get through it. Lean on your friends and your family, and they'll help you get through it. Luna, go ahead.
Luna's like, get a dog. They're better.
She's like, there's a bedtime that must be enforced. I saw her ears perk up when I said it.
Doug, you normally wrap these things up. What do you got?
Mover, I've been needing to tell you this for a long time.
Oh boy.
I slept with Luna.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Luna.
Let's roll right into the after show.
It was the greatest night of my life.
What in the world? What in
She does
tarnation?
look like a cuddler. I'll give her that.
Absolutely. She's a sweetie. I don't have a whole lot to add. You guys have been through it, and thanks for talking about it. Obviously, the guy who brought it up isn't afraid to talk about it, and that's a good sign. Talking to people about it and getting professional help if you need it, and support groups. The bad news is there's lots of support groups for that kind of thing, because a lot of people have been through it. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, Doug, that's a really good point that I'll bring up. Is like when I was going through it, it's funny. The support group is what helped, because you feel like you're alone. Right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm with a squadron on a combat deployment, and like the immediate reaction was, I need to get home and fix this, to which was the reply was, there's nothing to fix, it's over. And then my skipper, Val Overstreet, she was like, we're going to send you home. And I was like, I need to be here. Like, this is my family. There's nothing I can do there. It's done. And a day later, I was back flying combat ops. And because I knew that when I briefed, I asked my crew, hey, are you good with me flying? And every one of them had to sign off to me that they were okay with me operating. And every one of them did. And I remember my buddy Terrell, he did a little slideshow. This was like a week later. And he had a bunch of pictures of, squadron parties and all these things. And he goes, I'm going to show you 2 sets of pictures. And I was like, okay. And the first set of pictures, like, I'm just hanging out, just kind of, I don't know, whatever. And the second set of pictures, I was smiling all the time. And he goes, you want to know the difference between the two? I go, what? He goes, the second set of pictures, your ex wasn't around. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. So like, we don't realize it, right? We're into it. And then we feel like it's all our fault. And Gonky, I remember you feeling that way too. Like, you're like, man, like, what am I doing wrong? And it's like, it's not, and somebody asked in the chat, like, did Gonky call me? It's like, yeah, and I called Gonky during mine. Like, dude, that's how long we've known each other. Like, I sat right behind him day one of API and made fun of him for getting Vance Air Force Base, and then followed him there. So I mean, we go back, and but that's the thing is, so many people have gone through it. Don't feel like you're alone going through it. There's people that have done it, and I'm sorry, infidelity, like, dude, there's a line. There's a line, and you know, I look at things, and life gets hard, and we all get beat down, and there's a lot of variables, but to actively make that choice to physically cheat, yeah, man, you're better than that. Like, you deserve better than that. That's you just gotta give yourself that grace and be like, hey, that's a them problem, not a you problem, and you'll find somebody better.
Yeah, and talking to other people and figuring out that it's something that does happen. That's really valuable. And that, like, if there's one thing that I do know from being a professional in the field, that's it, right? It's 99.9% of the experiences you go through, somebody else has been through and can offer help. There's somebody else out there to talk to.
Yeah, it's a bummer though. It still sucks, man.
Oh yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah, that doesn't make
reach out, talk to people. Don't go through it alone.
Cost me a Raptor.
Like the truck?
No, those didn't exist back then. The airplane.
No.
It is the reason I did not fly the F-22.
Yeah, that is the one saving grace I'll say is I was gonna not put in a jet transition, and she was like, before she told me, she goes, "You need to put in the jet transition," because we were going back to Texas because she was from Texas.
Yeah,
and so at least there was that, but yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
Crazy, but hang in there, man. Hang in there.
All right, let's see. Sec says, Sec 808, my advice to the guy with the 12-year marriage is do not get drunk and wreck your Harley. Just saying.
It's probably good advice.
Yeah.
One
JD.
or the other, but not both.
Wow, JD. Right. Doug, see if you can find the RM Nevada thing while I read this. JD says, as my sufferings mounted, I soon realized that there were two ways in which I could respond to my situation, either react with bitterness or seek to transform the suffering into a creative force. I decided to follow the latter course, and okay. Did you ever find it?
Not so far. I think sometimes people just like to say thank you with money.
Joe says, I'm 2-year post D from a 23-year marriage. It's no loss. It's not the loss of her, but the relationship of current dating sucks. That is a true story. Oh. Best advice is classic. Never down, never out. I don't know about that one. Be watchful of the inertia of depression. It feels like heavyweight. Yeah. Reach a certain age. Blue Rex says gear up incident was in 1988. We didn't find out how he ignored the gear horn or if the tower said anything. Jeez. B Shoke says, having had a divorce after betrayal, it was the best thing that could have happened to me because I couldn't see how bad things were for me and how much of myself was lost. It sucks. It gets way better.
Thanks. That's awesome.
RM Nevada says, Amen, Wombat, same issue after 14 years. Now I have a new wife that I've been with for over 20 years. So much better. In retrospect, better today. God has a plan.
Amen.
Crazy Pete says, hate to say it, but it always takes time. I've never found any way around that. Develop your patience and eventually it will be better. Aaron says, my ex-wife didn't cheat, but 2 long-term girlfriends afterwards did. I'm so better off today. God works in the background for us. 3 Greens, Ambu says, as an EMT, I've had this chat many times with patients who feel they're at the end of their rope. The world is a better place simply with you being in it, even if it feels impossible to comprehend. And that is the last one. Luna says it's time to end the show.
Wombat, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Thanks
Wombat.
for joining us, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So,
good stuff.
Thank you, Douglas, for your assistance and service to our podcast.
Hey, we had a good turnout, so thanks everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing.
Numbers.
I know, man. It's awesome.
Wombat brings the heat.
He brings it. That's right.
let me see if I say anything to get fired. And...
Did you put the proper space between the air and the lines? Because they really, really are serious about that.
Listen, I'm just happy to be employed. until the podcast could be self-employed.
There you go, right there.
and then we can go.
And, how about that one? Yeah.
I think it probably should be just continuous.
Full Afterburner USA says self-improvement is always the answer. Get in the gym, start doing martial arts, maybe get into flying if you got the coin, level up.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, but learn how to land.
Put the gear down.
That is one way to do it.
Don't hit your flight.
Makes taxiing easier.
Don't hit your flight.
Two Joker Bingo, lead your own fire. I'll take the fat one.
Gonky, drive safe, brother.
I will.
Can't wait to see you tomorrow. It's gonna be
See
fun.
ya in the whatever you call it, the
Spaceball
restaurant.
one.
I can't wait to see
restaurant.
it. My son thinks it's the coolest thing ever. He's like, when are we going to get something like that? I was like, I don't have the maintenance skills to own that thing.
Dude.
Godspeed, gentlemen. We'll
All
see you
right.
next week, I hope.
Good night, everybody.
See you
Hey,
guys.
folks.
Yeah.